Deep within the bone forest, the sinister demonic palace of hate rises up. His master, Li Tan, clutched the magical scripture, anticipating the long-awaited moment. The writing in his hand sparkles with energy, promising an incredible breakthrough. Li Tan unleashes the power, the book falls down, flooding everything with magical light. Surrounded by purple flames, the Lord of the Hate Palace is ready for the final step. He will have to survive a thunderous disaster to take strength and beauty to the next level. Li Tan feels a surge of power, his face distorted with mad joy. Suddenly, the euphoria is replaced by bewilderment and anxiety on his face. Oh, the horror! His luxurious hair begins to fall out, revealing a shiny bald spot. In his panic, he doesn't realize what went wrong, because he followed every word of scripture. A look at the magic scriptures. What went wrong? Li Tang's face distorts with a grimace of horror and despair. A powerful beam of energy hits the Hate Palace. Li Tanya strikes a thunderous disaster, turning him into a skeleton. The two girls rush toward the source of the rumbling. They are alarmed. Is it really Mr. Li Tang? Li Tan's skull was flying at a tremendous speed. The girls are terrified. What has Mr. Li Tang done to them? Li Tan comes to his senses in an unfamiliar place. He sees a huge temple and a crowd of people. Taishan head Meng Shenji welcomes guests to the demon annihilation demonstration. Among the spectators are martial arts masters and representatives of the Holy See. Meng Shenji solemnly announces the beginning of the demon exorcism broadcast. The cosmic mirror is activated, establishing a connection with the plucky Wu Chenzi. Wu Chenzi, Taishan's most dashing elder, greets the audience from the danger zone. It is located in the Bone Forest, where incredible evil is rumored to reside. The audience is shocked. The Bone Forest is the lair of the demonic Hate Palace. Wu Chenji assures his master that he is ready to face the Demon Lord. He encourages the audience to support him with flying swords, promising to make the monsters cry. Suddenly something goes wrong, and Wu Chenzi exclaims in despair, "Oh shit!" Li Tan clutches his head in horror, his skull glowing with red eyes. He was supposed to be a beautiful demon, but he mixed up the technique. Enraged, Li Tan stomps the book, remembering how Gav Gav helped him with his shopping. The image of a cute little foxy girl, woof woof, holding out a book to him with a smile comes to mind. Suddenly someone calls out, "Lord Li Tian!" The skeleton is perplexed. A familiar fox girl falls from the sky, reaching out her hand. Gav Gav lands, looking for his master in a panic. "Lord Li Tian, where are you?" She accidentally falls right on top of Li Tang, apologizing and explaining that she's looking for him. The fox girl approaches and sniffs at the skeleton. The skeleton remembers her keen sense of smell. "I found you!" Woof Woof happily hugs the skeleton, recognizing it by its scent. Suddenly, someone approaches, perplexed. "Hey, why is it so noisy in here?" "It's Wu Chenzi." He points at the couple. "Turns out there's a skeleton and a dog demon in here." Wu Chenzi smirks gloatingly. "Let me destroy the demons and pay homage to the heavens." A bright flash heralds the elder's powerful attack. Wu Chenji rushes forward with his sword, shouting, "I've been waiting for this all my life!" Gav Gav looks on in horror at the approaching attack. A powerful impact shakes the ground, raising a pillar of light and dust. Wu Chenzi's face contorts in surprise. Something didn't go according to plan. Li Tanya, embraced with energy, sword in hand, protects the frightened Woof Woof. The audience is puzzled. Why is that skeleton and dog still alive? Wu Chenzi in the cosmic mirror waving to the audience. "I'm just warming up. Next punch, I'll send him flying." The elder was shocked. How did this skeleton absorb his powerful blow and not die? Wu Chenzi pulls a small mirror out of his sleeve. If he screws up again, the master will not spare him. He brings the residual energy extraction mirror up to his eye to assess the enemy. The mirror reveals the skeleton has almost no life and strength at the level of a fish. Wu Chenzi decides he overestimated him. Gav Gav is worried, but the blue-clothed Li Tan is calm. "Even after becoming a skeleton, I can handle this brat." Li Tang orders Gav Gav to move away so he can take care of the old man, and she obediently flies away. Li Tang's eye socket flashes ominously red. He's ready to fight. Wu Chenzi attacks again, pointing his finger. "Tremble, demons!" A powerful explosion of golden energy shakes the bone forest to its core. Wu Chenzi brags in the mirror. "I'm full of strength. 10 of these skeletons is no problem." The elder stands over the crater, confident. The skeleton demon has been smashed to pieces. But Li Tan appears behind his back, eyes blazing, and Wu Chenzi prepares another strike. Li Tan's bone hand touches the elder's back, absorbing his energy. Vuchenzi is confused. What is happening to his power? Li Tan unleashes his accumulated power, Purgatory Warrior. A shockwave of purple energy, wave cannon, blows everything around. Wu Chenji is defeated, and in place of his head is Li Tan's grinning skull. The audience is horrified to see in the mirror an elder with a skull instead of a head. The crowd, including the head of Taishan, froze in mute amazement at such a sight. The audience is furious. What's going on? Is this a performance? Give me my money back. The head of Taishan tries to calm the crowd. Friends, there seems to be something wrong with the broadcast. Meng Shenji lamented. It's my fault. I didn't expect the Hate Palace to unleash an ancient demon. He assumes it's a Guabi that needs to absorb life force to recover. Head Taishan assures that he will destroy the demon before it is restored, and the cosmic mirror will reveal all. Meng Shenji despaired. It's only a pity that Elder Wu Chengzi by this time. He pulls out his eye drops, adding grimly, may not survive. The crowd is shocked. A black raven cawed ominously, dropping a feather portending bad things to come. Li Tan stands over the defeated Wu Chengzi, pondering, has my strength increased because of this technique? The skeleton picks up Wu Chengzi's mirror. This magic thing. I'll try it first. Li Tan is surprised. Someone admires his strength, calling him the strongest. Woof Woof runs joyfully toward him, shouting, Sir! The skeleton laughs proudly, naturally, ha 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 ha, accepting the praise. Gav Gav's foot comes dangerously close to the dropped sword on the ground. Foxy is startled to notice the sword beneath her feet, and Li Tang looks up at her. Woof Woof stumbles and clumsily falls right on top of his skeleton master. Li Tan is shocked. The inscription on his skull flashes, one life. The skeleton crumbles into bones, and Woof Woof screams in panic over the remains. Li Tang's bones, skull, jaw, ribs, are scattered on the grass. Gav Gav looks at the pile of bones in tears, desperately calling out, Lord Li Tang! Li Tan comes to his senses, perplexed. Why did I suddenly lose consciousness? He looks at his hands glowing blue. Am I human again? The realization is horrifying. No, why did I become a wandering soul? Enraged, he vows revenge on the creator of the technique that turned him into a ghost. Suddenly, a woman's scream reaches him, making him wary. Li Tian's ghost floated down the corridor. In the demonic palace, it's just me, Meow Meow, and Woof Woof. Who is it? He approaches the locked door, from where he can be heard sobbing. Did someone break through my magic circle? The sound comes from the pantry, and Li Tang is seized by an ominous premonition. Fearing the worst, he slowly floats up to the door of the mysterious room. His only visible eye widens with shock. What? Outside the door, Li Tan sees a girl in tattered clothes surrounded by radiance. She whispers, A ghost? A frightened stranger with red eyes looks at Li Tan. Who are you? Li Tan, floating in the air, irritatedly replies, This is my house, I have to ask. The girl assumes that the previous owner was an evil old man, and Li Tan thinks of her master. Li Tan is about to leave, wishing her good luck, but she stops him. Wait, who are you? The stranger smiles slyly, advising him to turn around and look back. Li Tan turns around in bewilderment. Behind me? A crown appears above his head. What he sees leaves him in complete shock. He screams, What the fuck? Behind his back is a figure in an eerie mask and robe. It's the demonic dragon armor. Li Tan looks at the armor with disdain. I have these powerful weapons lying around like rags? Li Tan Ghost realizes the invisibility of the spirit. That's why I didn't notice it. A sudden realization. His eye goes wide at the new sensation. Li Tan exulted. My soul is drawn to the flesh. My body has returned. We should check it out. Woof Woof rushes down the corridor shouting, Trouble, Woof! Lord Li Tanya is in trouble! Sleepy Meow Meow is not happy about the noise, and Gav Gav panics. Mr. Li Tan is hurt. Meow Meow jumped up from the bed in horror. What? What's wrong with Master Meow? Li Tan sits in front of his bones, and the girls are perplexed. What's wrong with him? Meow Meow with bone in hand trusts Gav Gav's gut. Since you say it's him? Woof Woof explains. The old man attacked, and he collapsed to protect me. Meow Meow examines the mirror. It doesn't look like a weapon, but your nose doesn't lie, Woof. Woof Woof steps on the skull and vows revenge, and Li Tan Ghost is outraged. Meow Meow assumes Li Tan has become a demon, and he thinks about her savvy. The girls argue about revenge, and Li Tan Ghost ponders a recipe made of cat and dog. Meow Meow offers to bury the bones, and Woof Woof agrees to give the gentleman new life. Li Tan Ghost is furious while Meow Meow turns around, sensing a marvelous aura. At the fresh grave, Gav Gav is tired and Meow Meow laments that they have been abandoned. Li Tan Ghost at his tombstone in despair, how can I resurrect? Meow Meow feels her aura intensify, and Li Tan wonders if she can see him. Gav Gav suddenly smells something at the grave, making strange sounds. Meow Meow is surprised. Gav Gav begins to furiously dig up the ground, claiming, "It's Lord Li Tang, Gav." Meow Meow is alarmed. Woof Woof has smelled something at the grave, making pitiful noises. Woof Woof, with a cry of, "It smells so good," starts furiously digging the ground with his claws. Meow Meow is horrified as she tries to pull away Woof Woof, who mutters about a big bone. Meow Meow shouts, "Come to your senses!" And Gav Gav, looking at the unearthed bones, can't help himself. Li Tan Ghost suddenly feels a powerful call, his eyes widening in surprise. He realizes the earth has blocked his soul's connection to the remains. A bone arm bursts out from the excavated grave with force. Meow Meow cries out, "Meow!" The girls retreat in horror as the entire skeleton arm emerges from the ground, amidst flashes of energy. Li Tan, fully revived as a skeleton, thunderously chuckles, "I'm back!" Meow Meow and Gav Gav froze with fear when they saw the resurrected master in the flesh, that is, in bones. Li Tang's skeleton towered over Meow Meow and Gav Gav, who had collapsed in terror. The formidable Li Tang carries the frightened pets deep into the palace. Sitting on the throne in his new attire, Li Tan looks like a true undead lord. Meow Meow comes to his senses, sleepily wiping his eyes. Meow? Seeing Li Tan on the throne, she cries out, "Lord Li Tan, meow!" Li Tan loomed menacingly over her. "You wanted to escape by burying me?" He turns away, lamenting, "But the worst of all is that stupid dog." Meow Meow tries to reassure him, "Isn't spiritual form the highest goal, Meow?" Li Tan is puzzled. Higher form? While Meow Meow thinks about his return. Meow Meow slyly assures, "In spiritual form you can travel anywhere, Meow." Li Tang's skeleton embarrassedly mutters that Meow Meow is talking nonsense and threatens to punish Gav Gav. Meow Meow yells furiously at the sleeping Woof Woof, "Get up, you stinking dog, stop sleeping, Meow!" The awakened Woof Woof immediately asks about the food and the big bone, shocking Li Tang and Meow Meow. Gav Gav cheerfully greets the master, and Meow Meow doubts that he's okay. In excitement, Woof Woof rushes over to Li Tang with open arms, shouting his name. The frightened Li Tang skeleton tries to stop her in terror. "Wait, don't come any closer." Woof Woof pushes off with a determined leg kick, landing right on top of his master. She slams into Li Tang with force, knocking his crown sideways. From the blow, Li Tan loses one life and the crown flies off his skull. Woof Woof, with a bone in his paws, is perplexed. "Again, Woof?" And Meow Meow is shocked. "So this is the cause of Lord Li Tang's death?" Meow Meow reprimands the suspended Woof Woof. "Look what you've done, you'll apologize later, Meow." Kneeling down in front of the bones, Meow Meow whispers, "I hope Lord Li Tang will rise again." Skull Li Tian lay silently as if listening to her words. Half an hour later, Li Tang's skeleton sits up, pondering. The body is fragile, but resurrection is possible through contact with the bones. He explains to Meow Meow, "Bones can't be buried, it affects the resurrection time." Li Tan's bony hand resolutely clutched the hilt of his sword. Li Tan shouts in rage, "Where's Gav Gav? I'll chop her up!" And Meow Meow tries to hold him back. A sudden knock on the door interrupts his anger, Li Tang's gaze drifting toward the exit. Li Tan and Meow Meow look at the door in surprise, not realizing who could have come. Someone's hand knocks on the door and a voice asks, "Excuse me, is this the elder's house?" Outside, a girl with a huge mace threatens, "If you don't open it, I'll break it." Meow Meow angrily, "Who dares to invade the demonic hate palace, Meow?" Li Tang's skeleton grabs her from behind, clamping her mouth shut. "Wait!" He cautions Meow Meow, "Don't act rashly." Li Tan explains, "The palace is protected by arrays. Ordinary people can't get in here." He suggests, "There must be the strongest man in the world behind the door." Meow Meow immediately offers, "Then we'll run out the back?" Li Tan objects, "I only have a main entrance in my palace." Meow Meow with claws at the ready, "Then go and kill him, right now, Meow." Li Tan panicked, "Damn, I'm just a skeleton. Bring me Crimson Shadow's cloak." Meow Meow pitches his cloak, but the door rumbles inward. Li Tan screams in terror. Li Tang's skeleton stares dumbfoundedly at the breach, while a voice outside asks, "Why don't you open it?" A second later, the broken door collapses on them. Meow Meow covers her head in panic. Li Tan, grabbing his cloak, pulls Meow Meow away, feeling the power of the intruder. The door falls with a rumble. Li Tan realizes this force will easily destroy him. A plan is needed. He instantly wraps himself in Crimson Shadow's cloak, Meow Meow looking on in astonishment. The mace girl who entered sees a mysterious figure in a cloak and smoke, asking in surprise, "Oh?" Li Tan, holding Meow Meow in his arms, makes a semblance of a racy scene. The guest apologizes embarrassedly. Hidden by the cloak, Li Tan sternly asks, "Sis, why did you break my formation in the door?" The girl points to herself with a smile. "I'm looking for Gudabi, is that you by any chance?" Li Tan denied. "I am not Gudabi, I am a demon lord by force, not by summoning." The guest advises with a smile, "If you meet a skeleton monster, call me, Wu Yue." Wu Yu brags, "I'm an exorcist. Skeletons are no problem for me, I can fix the door." She repeats thoughtfully, wondering if it would be easy for her to take down a couple skeletons. Li Tan is furious. "Are you confusing me, the palace master, with some Guabi? There are already 2 cat girls nearby." Li Tan barked to himself, "Damn, I, the strongest demon, succumbed to the provocation." Meow Meow clarifies, "I'm a cat demon, Meow. Lord Li Tan, what is our plan?" Li Tan decides to cheat. "I'll have to grit my teeth and pretend I'm crying." Wu Yu swings his mace in anger. "You lied to me? Take that." Li Tan throws up her hand in panic. "Wait!" The cat girls tensely watch. Li Tan threateningly declares, "I am the master of one of the 7 demonic hate palaces." Wu Yu shouts in rage, "You've lied to me until now, how shameless you are." Li Tan denies lying, but Wu Yue insists, "The owner of the palace is Gudabi." The skeleton sighs irritably. "Before I begin, I have some explaining to do to the ignorant girl." Li Tan gathers clots of dark energy in her bony hands, preparing to demonstrate. Wu Yue and Meow Meow watch warily. Meow Meow whispers, "Lord Li Tan, do you want to—" 2 documents appear in his hands, a certificate of ownership and a certificate for the palace. Li Tan proudly displays the papers. "See? I am the master of this palace, Li Tan." Wu Yue, with her mace in hand, looks slightly puzzled, saying only, "But—" The girl immediately comes to her senses. "No, why should I believe you? Who will confirm?" Li Tan points to the signboard. "Every brick here is evidence. This is the demonic hate palace." He offers Wu Yue a magnifying glass. "If you don't believe me, look at the inscription yourself." Wu Yu wrinkles his mace in embarrassment, saying only, "But—" The girl immediately accuses, "Maybe you killed the owner and stole the documents." Li Tan, with the documents in her hands, grinned, "How ignorant you are, sister." His bony hand burst into flames. "Now you will see the true contract of the demon administration!" A huge horned demon witness emerges from the document with a roar. Li Tan greets the demon, explaining to Wu Yue, "If I wasn't the master, he wouldn't have shown up." Wu Yue blushes slightly. "I think you said the truth." Li Tan proudly, "Remember, I'm Li Tan." Li Tan, between the ready-to-fight Meow Meow and Gav Gav, declares, "Now we can continue." Wu Yue waves his hand. "Since you're Li Tan and not Gudabi, I have no business being here." The girl with the mace turns around and walks away, leaving the dazed demons behind. Suddenly, Wu Yue returns, struggling to lift the broken door. Gav Gav is perplexed as to why Li Tan let her go, but the skeleton sensed the power of her artifact. Li Tan clenched her fists, blaming Gav Gav for her weakened state. Furious, he orders Meow Meow to bind Gav Gav tighter, who barks in terror. Walking away, Wu Yue mutters to herself, "Li Tan, a very familiar name." Flashback. An elder entrusts Wu Yue with a mission, warning her against Li Tan. Wu Yu hesitated at the entrance, wondering if she had disobeyed orders by not joining the fight. Suddenly blushing, Wu Yue angrily clenched her fists. "So who is this Li Tan?" Meow Meow remarks, "Lord Li Tan, you have a nasty aura, Meow." The skeleton chuckles ominously. Woof Woof, suspended upside down and bound, hears, "Take punishment." Li Tan, with whip in hand, chides Woof Woof, "Look what you've done!" The skeleton swings, announcing, "First form of lightning whip, 5-strike style." "Woof!" Woof cries out in pain as the energy whip comes down on her. Li Tan, blushing slightly, ponders the pros of being a skeleton with no emotions. Meow Meow thinks in amazement, "This silly dog seems to like it, Meow." Li Tan announces second form as he prepares to deliver the next whip strike. His bony hand tightly gripped the hilt of the glowing energy whip. Suddenly, the whip in his hand starts cracking. Li Tan is puzzled. What? Woof Woof with a gag in her mouth looks completely confused. Li Tan demands an explanation from Gav Gav about the magic writing. Woof Woof's head is spinning. She's clearly unhinged by what's happening. The skeleton turns to Meow Meow, who is observing the scene. Meow Meow begs Li Tan to stop, saying that Gav Gav was wrong. Li Tan sits down, recovering his strength, and asks where Gav Gav got the parody from. Both demon girls are shocked. A parody of magical writing, Woof Meow. Li Tan is furious and shouts that it's a fake that caused him to lose his body. Gav Gav tearfully babbles that someone asked her to pass the scroll, but she can't remember who. Li Tan suspects that an oblivion spell has been cast on Gav Gav and asks Meow Meow's opinion. Li Tan curiously peeks over Meow Meow's shoulder, asking, "Hello?" Meow Meow paints a poignant scene. The wicked old lord and the faithful dog. Li Tianya's eyes lighten up. That's right. This writing is from the divine bone forest. The skeleton orders, Meow Meow with Gav Gav together, return it to the deity. Li Tan angrily rushes the girls. Stop having fun! Bring it back now! Meanwhile, the action shifts to the training room of the demonic hate palace. Li Tan meditates surrounded by weapons, perplexed. What the hell is going on? He ponders. After becoming a skeleton, I can't use magic weapons easily. Li Tan decides to resort to a powerful technique. The magic sword is an extreme technique. A huge red sword appears nearby, but the skeleton struggles to control it. Li Tan's bony hand is repelled by the huge sword with a bright flash. The skeleton cancels the summons, recognizing the body cannot withstand the recoil of such a weapon. Li Tan clenched his fist surrounded by red energy, lamenting the difficulty of subduing the sacred sword. The camera shows a dusty room with cobwebs and a glowing orb by the door. Li Tan recalls the demonic dragon armor smoothing out the energy fluctuations. A blue armor materializes around the skeleton, capable of wielding powerful weapons. A powerful pillar of blue energy burst out from the roof of the palace, rushing into the sky. Gav Gav is amazed at the power of the energy, and Meow Meow assumes another failure of the Lord. The demon girls rush towards the source of the light. Woof Woof shouts, "We should go see it." Running up to the door from which light is pouring out, they call out in surprise, "Lord Li Tang!" Li Tan floats in his new armor. Woof Woof is surprised. "What's going on, Woof?" Meow Meow. "What a weird outfit. Meow." The skeleton explains the power of the armor and asks sternly, "Where is the magic writing? Did you find it?" Woof Woof is desperate. "Sorry, Woof, we didn't find it." Meow Meow blames her. "This stupid doggy is too dumb." Li Tan decides to find the writing himself. Gav Gav suggests postponing the search until tomorrow. Lord orders the girls to gather materials for the formation and repair the outer formation. Meow Meow grumbles, "It's such a hassle, Meow." 3 light trails sweep over the palace. Li Tan and the demonesses fly off on a mission. Meanwhile, the group of warrior girls discusses the reconnaissance. The older sister orders the younger sister to follow Wu Yue. One of the girls anxiously recalls, "By the way, I heard that Wu Yue from the Immortality Gate." A rumor is told. A disciple of Wu Yue beat up Gua Bi so that he came running in naked while the other is explaining about the Taishan sect. Wu Yue appears with her mace. It becomes clear that she is only in Taishan to fight Gua Bi. The warrior girls rush over, hoping to capture Wu Yue's fight on the magic mirror. The leader of the group shouts angrily, "What are you doing sneaking around in someone else's house?" Li Tang appears with the demonesses, surprised by so many guests at the broken formation. The warrior asks if he's the ghost killer's apprentice, while her companions notice Woof Woof. Meow Meow wonders if Gua Bi is the dog, and Li Tan assumes Gua Bi is the girl in front of him. The pink-haired warrior fiercely demands to be told where Wu Yue is and orders them to get out. Li Tang, with ominously glowing eyes, gives them one last chance to leave. The skeleton begins the countdown, turning his back to them. 3! The warriors decide to attack together while Li Tan nonchalantly continues. 2! Li Tan finishes. 1. Not leaving, then you have chosen death. Li Tan snaps his bone fingers, activating the trap. A giant purple prison tower grows around the palace. The female warriors shout in panic from behind the bars. "We didn't say we wouldn't leave!" Li Tan coldly throws. "Woof Woof, Meow Meow, I leave them up to you." Meow Meow shouts, "Meow Meow Meow's fist!" Woof Woof cheers, "Great, Woof!" Woof Woof unleashes his iron claws on his enemies. Meow Meow delivers a leg kick. Meow Meow's fist is a whirlwind. Gav Gav is confident of victory, while Meow Meow urges not to underestimate the enemy. One of the female warriors is horrified. This is the power of a Guabi dog? The leader of the warrior women urges, how can immortals fear demons? Fight. Woof Woof brags about her strength, but Meow Meow stops her. Oh wait, Meow! Suddenly a sword-wielding caster appears, smiling ominously. Now is the time. He folds the seals, concentrating the energy. Array. The demonesses are surrounded by a glowing formation. Meow Meow is shocked. What? The enemies shout, alienation! The demon girls find themselves trapped in glowing runes, not realizing what's going on. Woof Woof and Meow Meow are paralyzed on the ground. Meow Meow screams, we've been tricked, my body won't move. The attackers are also immobilized, one of them panicking. This is the Qingyun sect formation. Li Than observes from afar, finding the array interesting for his plans. The captives in the tower wonder why the Qingyun sect is here, linking it to Guabi. One of the warriors suggests that this is Qing Yunzong's famous team of demon slayers. The warrior confirms, this is a team of apprentice masters' apprentices to destroy demons born of servants. Another girl is perplexed as to why these students are the children of servants. The pink-haired woman explains, heroes are born among the servants of the outer sect, and the disciples of the inner sect are deceivers. The disciples from Qing Yun's servants are the main ones in the sect, activating the alienation array. Woof, Woof, and Meow. Meow are exhausted on the ground. Woof, Woof screams, all the strength has been sucked out of me, woof! The captured warriors are desperate. Damn, they used us for their own purposes. A giant sword forms over the Qingyun spellcasters, one of them promising a reward to the array for success. Leader Qingyun gloatingly declares, Guabi will die! This sword scattered 13 demons, you will be the 14th! Li Tan observes with a sinister smirk and glowing eyes, my mood has improved. A huge shining sword looms in the sky, ready to come crashing down. Li Tan calmly says, too bad, as the giant sword rushes towards him. A powerful blast of energy crashes to the ground, raising pillars of light. The demonesses shout in horror, Lord Li Tang fearing for his life. The Qingyun spellcasters smugly anticipate the victory and glory of their sect. They mock Li Tan, calling him nothing more than a skeleton demon from a second-rate sect. Meow Meow remarks with a chuckle, oh, you're too young, Meow, foreshadowing their mistake. Suddenly, one of the spellcasters shouts, no! In shock after seeing something unbelievable. A vortex rises from the epicenter of the explosion, scattering smoke and waiting for enemies. Li Tan, unharmed in his new armor, mockingly asks, a sneak attack? Ridiculous. The skeleton is satisfied with the armor. The dragon armor is not bad. You don't have to worry about sudden death. Qingyun's spellcasters were horrified. How is this possible? He is unharmed! The leader orders an increase in energy absorption, but his associate realizes, brother, it's too late. One of them suggests that Li Tang used smoke-absorbing attacks and hurriedly prepares for a new one. Li Tan looks down on the discarded spellcasters. What weaklings! The skeleton summons the demon sword, Polar Knight, gathering energy in his hand. He releases the beam, confident, even if you do it 10,000 more times, it will be in vain. A powerful red pillar of energy shoots into the sky. Li Tan urges, open your eyes to see everything clearly. Wearing a demonic mask, Li Tan announces, here is a worthy sword. The spellcasters panicked at the power of the sword. What is this? How scary! What a strong sword! Li Tan smirked as he applied the heavenly sword technique, Sky Slash, creating a powerful wave. The spellcasters fly apart from the crushing wave, one yelling, the art of sword-wielding! Qingyun's disciples panicked, their faces contorted with terror at Li Tang's might. Defeated enemies dot the ground. Woof Woof admires. Lord Li Tan is magnificent, woof. Meow Meow pities the forest. Li Tan stands over one of the defeated men, whose face expresses utter defeat. In his demonic mask, Li Tan carelessly lifts the caster by his leg. The skeleton shakes its prey, from which coins and scrolls spill out. Li Tan orders the demonesses, take away their materials to rebuild the array. Suddenly, Li Tan turns around after hearing a rustle. Two girls hiding in the bushes. The captives from the tower are whispering. One suggests, first we surrender, then we escape. The girls run out with their hands raised, shouting desperately, boss, we will worship you. The girls are begging, boss, don't hit us, we'll help you. Meow Meow winks approvingly at Li Tan. The latter ponders the suggestion. Gav Gav and Meow Meow happily search the defeated spellcasters. Li Tan examines the mountain of booty. Well, it's almost the same thing. The skeleton announces, then it's time to throw the useless garbage out of the house. The girls are shocked. The captives repeat garbage in despair, realizing their plight. Li Tan encases them in a red sphere. They shout, "Wait, boss!" The skeleton with a smirk raises the sphere with the girls, intending to take them away. Li Tang launches the sphere with the captives into the sky, the captives screaming frantically. The sphere flies towards a majestic building with a signboard reading Tai Shan Dao. Elder Tai Shan Dao is furious. Qing Yunzong used a shameless method, but Guabi is strong. The Council of Elders is puzzled. What happened to Yue? Why didn't she deal with Guabi? One of them guesses, this Guabi is the demon lord Li Tan. We need to inform Madam. He gloats. Li Tan has lost control and turned into a skeleton demon. We must hurry with the news. Messengers with talismans are trumpeting everywhere. Li Tan is out of control. He has become a skeleton. In the mistress's chambers, a teacup shatters from surprise, portending bad news. The horned demoness jumps up from her throne in shock. What? A skeleton? Meanwhile, in the grand halls of Tai Shan Dao, there is tense anticipation. Li Tang, engulfed in flames, lamented that he hadn't found the magic scripture, but he had gathered materials for the stew. Meow Meow and Woof Woof are horrified. Li Tan announces the eye formation is complete. The Heaven's Eye fire formation envelops the Tai Shan Dao pagoda. Li Tan admiringly declares, this formation is great. Meow Meow shuts up Gav Gav, who predicts failure by whispering, stupid dog. The skeleton explains that the additional Qingyun array was just the random luck of the enemies. A new idea dawns on Li Tang. He exclaims, unless. He calls out to his companions, come here, I'll teach you how to create a new formation. The narrator takes us back in time. For 3 months, Li Tan has been trying to rebuild his body. On the mountain, he fought a demon beast, but the attempt failed. After crossing the sea in search of the legendary weapon, he fails again. Even after traveling the paths of evil, Li Tan was unable to regain his flesh, meeting only more setbacks. Li Tan sighs in despair, fail again. His search has reached a dead end. He angrily demands, where is the magic lamp that grants wishes, while his companions rejoice in their loot. Meow Meow complains of fatigue, and Li Tan, looking at the compass, doubts his success. The skeleton points resolutely forward, find it for me, without giving up hope. Suddenly, a smirking, blonde-haired stranger appears from behind a pillar. He watches Li Tan from afar, muttering, he's finally here. The rumors about the lamp worked. The stranger pulls out a huge gun, the sniper cannon Dreamworld. Li Tang appears in the gun's crosshairs. The sign reads, target acquired. The stranger's finger rests on the trigger, preparing to fire. The cannon begins to charge with powerful blue energy. The gunner shouts, charge! The blonde-haired villain smirks. Eh, Li Tang, I'm coming. A blue aura envelops him. Meow Meow lamented, didn't find him? Apparently Lin Bao's compass is broken. Li Tan is alarmed. Li Tan abruptly turns around with her hand out and shouts, who's that? Sensing a threat. A powerful beam of light suddenly pierces the skeleton, taking it by surprise. Li Tang falls on his back, the demoness is staring at the defeated lord in horror. The skeleton lies on the ground, its eyes closed. Strange, suddenly I feel like sleep. Li Tan finds herself in a hazy, bright space, perplexed. Where am I? The same blonde-haired man appears in front of him, introducing himself as the almighty Chuanfu Tianzong. The stranger smiles enigmatically. Perhaps you are more familiar with my other name in this world. He adopts a pathos-like pose, declaring himself the immortal master who understands kings. The blonde-haired man brags, no one understands immortality better than me. Li Tang pondered. Could it be that the compass led exactly to him? A stranger offers to grant a wish. Li Tan demands, give me back my body. The impostor asks for clarification. The skeleton repeats, I want to restore the flesh. The blonde-haired man confesses embarrassedly, well, I can't. Li Tan hovered over him in fury. Then you're just a blank. Thoth corrects himself. I can't rebuild, but I can tell you how to do it. He explains, your body must activate the law of time to recover. Li Tan realizes the usual methods don't work, but in terms of time, it's possible. The stranger calls up images of weapons. You know of the 5 ancient weapons: Sky, King, Wind, Earth, Tiger? The blonde-haired man reveals the plan. The souls of the 5 weapons, glass fire, and the Haoshan pill is ready. Li Tan is skeptical. An elixir? My body. But the stranger assures him that the pill can simply be carried around. With the Haoshan pill through the Sea of Desolation, the path to the power of the Law of Time would open up. Li Tan doubts the reliability of the plan, but the impostor guarantees success if the instructions are followed exactly. Li Tan's sudden question, "Wait, how do you know about my glass fire?" The blonde-haired man, shrouding himself in a haze, evades answering, "It's just a hunch, ha 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 ha." Li Tan meditates while his companions sleep serenely, leaning against the bags of booty. The skeleton abruptly opens its blazing red eyes as if sensing something. Li Tan activates the mind scan, his spirit soaring above the sleeping companions. A powerful wave of scanning spread out across the world, covering everything with a purple energy grid. The mysterious masked figure hurries away, avoiding detection thanks to a clever delay. A pink-haired girl with determination in her gaze believes her father will be safe. Li Tan scans the surroundings. No one suspicious. Is it really just luck? The skeleton roughly kicks the sleeping demonesses, shouting, "Wake up, lazy bones!" Li Tan swiftly flew off to Yuxingfang, leaving her companions behind. In his demonic guise, he reflects on the immortal master who understands kings. Li Tan rushes through the stormy night, preferring to remain unnoticed. He lands in a bleak, lifeless wasteland, the land of the gods, long unvisited by him. Suddenly he notices a scene. 3 thugs are bullying someone, threatening to kill them. Li Tan, wearing a demonic mask, stares in surprise at the violence taking place. The bandits taunt the captive in the magic circle. "Ha, who else would be here?" Li Tan, wearing a demon mask, appears behind the back of one of them. The latter is surprised. It's strange that there are still people walking around here. The bandits turn around to look at Li Tan. He nonchalantly offers, "Don't mind them, carry on." The girl throws off her cloak, turning out to be a cat girl, and calls out, "Cousin, save me!" The bandits draw their swords. One shouts, "Enemy, let's kill him!" Li Tan smirks under his mask, clearly unimpressed by the threat. "Huh?" Catgirl pleads, "Brother, think of a way to use your invincible bone star." The bandits surround the girl again, deciding to deal with her helper first. Li Tan, with her arms crossed, is perplexed. What are you doing?" The gang leader, not listening, commands, "Enough talk, let's go, brothers!" The bandit rushes forward in a rage, shouting, "Give up your life!" Li Tan calmly asks, "Calm down." Li Tan releases a powerful purple charge with the yin-yang symbol, throwing the attacker away. The defeated bandit lies unconscious. Li Tan spreads his hands. "So what's all this for?" The remaining bandits grab the catgirl, threatening, "Stay back or we'll kill her!" Li Tan, wearing a demonic mask, suddenly appears behind the back of one of the bandits. The latter is shocked. A powerful punch sends the bandit flying with his face contorted in pain. Catgirl cries out as she sees the bandit fly over her, thrown back by an unknown force. The outlaw that flew off crashes with force into the trunk of a huge tree, getting stuck in it. Li Tan clenched her fist, lamenting, why didn't you just heed the advice?" The last bandit and catgirl stare at Li Tan in horror, babbling, "Choo! Monster!" The last bandit runs away in terror, screaming, "Mommy, I won't be a bad person anymore." Catgirl thanks Li Tanya. "Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I might have..." The rescued woman confesses in embarrassment, "I don't know how to repay you." Suddenly, Catgirl cries out in surprise, covering her mouth with her hand. Li Tan bursts into flames, activating glass fire. They find themselves in a glowing magic circle. The inscription reads, "Currently." Catgirl smiles slyly, thinking, "What luck, this guy has the aura of several secret treasures." She clings to Li Tan's hand, pondering, "Even if I didn't find Yuxingfang, it's not a loss." Li Tan, embraced by the fire, turns around. The catgirl exclaims in shock, "What?" The girl falls to the ground from the heat coming from Li Tang, exclaiming, "Hot!" Catgirl is shocked. "How did you wake up from my illusion?" Li Tan replies, "You can't fool me twice." Li Tan boasts, "Your illusion won't fool a deity, especially with my dragon armor and glass fire." Catgirl challenged, "Do you think it's good to wake up?" Her hand with its sharp claws rushes out in a swift attack. Li Tan easily intercepts her wrist, stopping the blow. Catgirl grins smugly. "Naive, you can't stop it." The pink energy blade swiftly flew towards the target. An attack lands right on Li Tang's mask, right in the forehead area. Li Tan stands motionless, his mask changes, and a powerful dark aura flashes around him. Catgirl angrily declares, "The souls of all those affected by my fox shock epidemic will be destroyed." Catgirl is certain her fox shock will break anyone's soul, turning them into the walking dead. The masked Li Tan is unfazed. The girl is shocked. How else is he talking? Am I hallucinating? Li Tan's demonic mask stares right at her. Catgirl is horrified. He's freaking really moving. The girl backs away, not believing her eyes. How is this possible? What kind of monster is this guy? Her green eye sparkles with determination. Since that's the case, there's only one thing left to do. Catgirl suddenly rushes away. Li Tan is surprised. Why did she run away? She rushes through the gloomy forest, reprimanding herself. Damn it! Running away, the girl laments, "I couldn't take the illusion-forming stone. It's a great loss." Suddenly she freezes in fear, realizing, this land of the gods is extremely dangerous. Immortals dwell here. Li Tan lightning fast catches up with her from behind. The girl is shocked by his speed. Damn, so fast! Catgirl tries to speed up, but Li Tang is already beside herself with her find. He holds up her illusion stone, casually wondering whose it is. The girl turns around in shock. He has her treasure. In a rage, she throws herself at Li Tang, demanding the stone back. Li Tang grinningly suggests her to calm down without releasing the crystal. The fugitive froze in shock, her face flushed with embarrassment. Even under the mask, Li Tan is embarrassed by the awkward situation. She accuses him of a dastardly trick after accidentally touching him, spewing curses. A sharp jab and Li Tang flies backwards. In anger, Catgirl showered him with profanity, calling him Gua Bi. Li Tan is furious. His skeleton mask is blazing. He shouts, "I'm not him!" Bubbles appear on the dark water, a voice calling, "Sis, please stay." A blonde woman with an axe and red eyes rises ominously from the water, asking, "Did you drop that axe, or—" Suddenly she appears as a muscular beauty, winking coquettishly and axing, "People are beneath this." Catgirl swings her giant sword furiously, sending the muscular blonde flying with a scream. In the bone forest, Catgirl stands over the fire pit where her opponent fell, accusing, "Gua Bi, you lied to me." An elder mentor appears, offering Li Tang a copy of Taishan techniques via flying sword. Catgirl returns to the surprised elder, who asks, "Hey, are you fooling people again?" The elder angrily reprimands her for the failure of the mission and the falling ratings of his broadcasts. Catgirl rushes away from the demons chasing her, screaming, "I've been scolded so badly. I won't spare you this time." The powerful impact shakes the ground, leaving behind a trail of yellow energy and blue swirls. A girl with blue hair and a huge mace suddenly appears, perplexed as to where this magical array came from. She realizes that the array is upgraded to absorb attacks, but sure enough, it won't work on her. The girl with the mace finds an ancient building under the moon, declaring, "I found you," mentioning her ability to destroy arrays. With determination in her eyes, she swears that Gua Bi won't get away with it this time. Li Tang's skull with blazing red eyes stares forward with a threatening look. Li Tan, in the guise of a skeleton, holds up a photo of himself, comparing, "This skull, this look, this mark." The Catgirl in the same photo asks skeptically, "Do you want me to believe you're not Gua Bi?" Li Tang's skeleton clutches her head, lamenting, "This really is a mistake that has grown into a perpetual misunderstanding." In his new demonic guise, Li Tan declares to the Catgirl that he needs to go to Yuxingfang to recover his body rather than waste his time here. Catgirl clutches at Li Tang, begging, "Take me with you." Li Tan looks at her skeptically. "Why is that?" The girl coquettishly replies, "Well," she tries to seduce him by playfully asking, "Because I'm cute?" Li Tang is adamant. "Goodbye!" Catgirl cries out in panic, "Wait a minute!" The girl ponders. Juxingfang is an elusive organization, and this Gua Bi might not be lying. Li Tan gives an ultimatum. "Talk or I'll leave." She embarrassingly introduces herself. "My name is Zhou Yu." Zhou Yu bitterly admits, "I lost something more important than my life." Her eyes sparkle with determination. "I have to return this. Let's go." Li Tan turns around. "Hey, are you ready to take me there because you didn't lie this time?" Zhou Yu is embarrassedly silent, and Li Tan adds, "By the way, my name is Li Tan." Li Tan confidently states, "Ha, it ended up here. It was easy." Zhou Yu, on the other hand, doubted. The masked Li Tang points to a tree, shouting, "Sesame, open up," which shocks the cat girl. Zhou Yu swiftly looked around, perplexed. "There's no trace of an array here. What is it?" Li Tan's demonic mask glistens ominously, he explains. "It's a natural formation, you can't see it." Zhou Yu felt the powerful fluctuations, covering his face with his hand from the rising energy. Li Tan's bony hand rests on her shoulder. He reassures her, "Don't be afraid. We've already arrived." Zhou Yu casts a displeased but slightly embarrassed look at him. Suddenly the surroundings change, and Zhou Yu looks back at the new scenery with surprise. In front of them is a modest building with a signboard, Yuxing Fang. Zhou Yu is disappointed. "That's it?" Catgirl anxiously examines the neglected place, thinking, "Why is it so dilapidated?" Li Tan kicks open the door, skeptically asking Zhou Yu what she expected. Inside is a long corridor. Li Tan explains that it is a bankrupt business selling information. As they walk, two creepy little shadows appear on the floor behind them. The demon children argue over who spotted the prey first, a boy or a girl. The demon girl offers a draw, deciding to divide the travelers amongst themselves. Their eyes glowing ominously, they giggle. "We'll finally have meat." Zhou Yu nervously looks around, sensing pursuit, but Li Tan announces that they have arrived. In front of them is the door of the star department, which can only be opened by an immortal, devil, or demon. Li Tan explains to pour energy into the switch, and his hand flashes red. With an effort, he pushes open the massive door, mentioning some sort of magical weapon for the ceremony. Li Tan gives Zhou Yu a treasure ring, setting up a meeting later. Zhou Yu smiles slyly, pondering, "Giving up so much treasure to pass?" Catgirl concentrates, preparing to pour demonic energy into the switch. Suddenly, Zhou Yu feels a chilling cold, and a creepy demon head appears behind her. Li Tan turns around in fury, shouting, "What the hell?" A little blue demon peeks out from around the corner. "I think I heard you screaming?" Li Tan walks down the dusty hallway of the library, remembering that the shelves were full of books. Close-ups show empty shelves covered in cobwebs and the remains of nibbled books. Li Tan holds up the nibbled book, grimly concluding, "This is a sign that they were just eaten." Clutching the remains of the book, Li Tan is perplexed. What the hell is going on here? The masked Li Tan turns around puzzled, sensing something amiss. Suddenly, a giant mouth with a scarlet eye tries to devour him. Li Tan screams, "What?" A huge egg-shaped creature with a crack slams down, engulfing Li Tang. A monster worm with blue hair spits out Li Tang, who falls to the floor. The little demon cries out contemptuously, "Ooh, it's a skeleton, no meat at all, it's not tasty." The enraged Li Tan lunges at the demon. "Bastard, how dare you eat me!" His bony hand, glowing with energy, reaches for the little demon's head. The demoness giggled while looking at Li Tang. "Idiot, you can't catch me." Li Tan misses, and Zhou Yu's panicked shout can be heard in the distance. "Don't touch there!" Li Tan clenched his fist after recognizing the voice. "It's you, shit!" Zhou Yu is immobilized by the dark fetters, the little demon giggling nearby. The demoness whispers compliments to Zhou Yu about her beauty with a creepy grin. In a panic, the catgirl demands to be released immediately, screaming at her abuser. Dark tentacles wrap around Zhou Yu, and the demon offers to warm her. The demon girl offers Zhou Yu information, snuggling closer and closer to her. The demon's huge shadow looms overhead, demanding a small price for the information he needs. Suddenly, a powerful glass fireball flies at the demon. A fiery attack pierces through the shadow, releasing Zhou Yu from the creepy grasp. The masked Li Tan appears, and Zhou Yu shouts his name in relief. The freed catgirl is surprised to find that she can move again. The rescued catgirl snuggles up to Li Tang, perplexed. Is she a human or a ghost? Li Tan's mask furiously flashes red eyes. He is clearly furious. Li Tan activates his mind scan, trying to detect the invisible enemy. Two creepy ghostly maws with burning eyes bear right at them from the depths of the corridor. Li Tan sharply pushes Zhou Yu away, dodging the ghostly creature's attack. The demon girl giggled to the side. He, meat! Li Tan surrounded by a dark aura. The little demons at the end of the hallway declare, exchanging meat for information is worth it. Li Tan realizes that they are spirits and asks Yu to take care of his body. Li Tan's bone fist flashes with icy blue energy, preparing to strike. Zhou Yu shouts in panic, Li Tan, what are you going to do? Seeing his preparations. Li Tan sacrifices his life, his skeleton crumbles and his spirit bursts out. Zhou Yu stares at Li Tang's fallen body in shock, unable to believe his eyes. Suicide. The ghostly Li Tang, shrouded in a purple aura, chuckled ominously. Hehehehe. Li Tang's spirit rushes towards the demons, shouting, I see where you're running to! And they yell in horror, Ghost! Taking the form of a girl, Li Tang's spirit grabs the demoness by the face. I'll beat you so that your parents won't recognize you. Li Tan continues to mock the crying demoness. Didn't Mom teach you to be gentle? The ghostly Li Tang's hand flashes with golden flames. He utters, love and redemption. A powerful golden dragon emerges from the flames, summoned by Li Tang's spirit. The frightened demonettes surrender, the demon boy declares, We are employees of Yuxingfang Company. The demon begins the story. Yuxingfang were too greedy, and one day a man came for information. The demon tells how a mysterious man has been massacring them, drawing out their souls with a special device. A horrifying scene. The souls of Yuxingfang employees are sucked into a sinister device. The hooded stranger cursed them. Greedy pigs suffer eternal hunger. The weeping demonesses explain, We have been imprisoned here ever since, starved for flesh. The ghostly Li Tang irritably waved away the sobbing demons. Scram! Li Tan, in the guise of a spirit, thoughtfully asks, Who was the man who cursed you? The demonesses reply that they only know bits and pieces. The information he got. Concerned with the resurrection of an ancient demon king. A creepy silhouette appears in the background. Li Tan skeptically clarifies, An ancient demon king? Is he real? The demons aren't sure. The demon boy adds seriously, I know one thing. His resurrection is doom for the world. The demon boy is shocked. Oh, why do you look so indifferent? Li Tan's red eyes are unfazed. Did you hear that? Do you realize the seriousness of it? The demon screams in panic. This is the destruction of the world. The meat in the whole world will disappear. Li Tan grabs the demon. It's none of my business. I'm a skeleton. I need 5 artifacts. The demoness pressed against the wall confirms, Yes, they exist. Li Tan is surprised. Li Tang hovered over the demonesses, demanding, How can I find these things? The demonesses with sly smiles and burning red eyes glanced over. The creepy shadows of the demons reappear. Heh heh heh, you want to know? One piece of information is one piece of meat. Li Tang attacks again with bright flashes of bam and crack on the screen. The demons, having gotten what they deserved, bow. Sorry, boss, we won't do it again. The demons give Li Tang 2 info sheets. Write the question, you get the answer, boss. Li Tanya's spirit is waiting for the body to recover, the demoness's for the promised duck. Where is she? Li Tan is looking for Zhou Yu. The demons reply, The cat ran away. Li Tang's ghost raises his bone, stricken by her ruthlessness. Zhou Yu, meanwhile, rushes through the forest and the lands of the gods after leaving Yuxingfang. She's furious. Failed trip. I almost died because of his unreliability. Suddenly, Yu freezes up, tormented. But he saved me. Throw his bones? Catgirl grits her teeth, making an agonizing decision. What difference does it make? I won't die for bones, she decides, continuing her escape. Li Tan's spirit looks at his mechanical arm and broken mask. How do I show myself to people now? Li Tan, holding the broken mask, hears a familiar voice. Is someone here? Zhou Yu rushes in with a torch, demanding, Give back the skeleton or I'll burn everything. Li Tang is surprised by her return. The demonesses shout in panic, Ghost! Yu guesses, You sacrificed your body to teach them a lesson, knowing that the spirit would come out? Catgirl cuddles coquettishly against the embarrassed skeleton Li Tan. Yu, groping his clothes, asks, Honey, you have 2 info sheets? Give me 1. Zhou Yu explains, It's a star talisman. Write a question, you get an answer. Li Tang's red eye flashes ominously, portending bad things to come. Li Tan shouts in horror, Something has happened. My demonic palace has been destroyed. The destroyed demon hate palace is smoking, and the demons are scattering. A white-haired girl with a mace demands, Tell me where Gooby Li Tang has gone and I'll let you go. Demonesses Woof Woof and Meow Meow refuse to betray. We won't tell even if we die. Woof. Meow. Meow rushes to attack. We won't let you look down on us even if we die, Meow. The stranger smirks. You're pretty persistent, so try this, and tosses the cucumber. Meow Meow flies away screaming, hit by an unexpected vegetable projectile. Woof Woof yells to her friend, Meow Meow behind you, and prepares glass fire thunder. A powerful bolt of lightning illuminates everything around him, sweeping away his opponents. The girl with the mace pierces the wall with Li Tan and Zhou Yu behind her. Li Den and Zhu Yu are stunned, and the demons shout joyfully, "Mr. Li Tan!" Zhou Yu was shocked. From the land of gods to the bone forest, 200 kilometers in seconds, his strength cannot be underestimated. Li Tan with a flaming hand turns to the girl menacingly. "You destroyed my house. Have you thought of the consequences?" The skeleton swings a fiery fist. "Even if you're a lowly, I won't give up." The mace girl replies, "Gubi Li Tang, you lied to me. Today I will give you justice." She rushes to the attack, shouting, "And I'll get rid of the ancient demon!" Li Tan's red eyes flash ominously. He is ready to fight. The girl brings her mace down with tremendous force on Li Tang and the demonesses. Li Tan calmly asks Zhou Yu, "Take these two away, I'll take care of her." The demoness excitedly shouts out, "Mr. Li Tang, teach her a lesson!" The girl's face contorts in surprise as her attack is met with resistance. Li Tan easily blocks the powerful punch, asking, "What?" "Demoness and you are safe." A powerful punch throws Li Tang away, creating an explosive wave. The girl floats in the glow of lightning as Zhou Yu carries away Li Tang's skeleton. Li Tan senses her murderous aura, so strong, it's like another person. The girl's face is hidden by shadows, only glowing eyes and lightning around her. Suddenly, the scene changes. Zhou Yu remembers the green hills and his escape. Her mind flashes back to the pursuers on flying swords hovering over the mountains. A memory of a fire, a cat girl lying unconscious amidst the flames. Her eye widens in horror. "How could this happen?" she screams mentally. A little cat girl cries in the fire, calling, "Mommy, where are you?" Before her eyes, a man with a sword delivers a fatal blow to a white fox. Zhou Yu's memory. Her cry of "No" echoes over the tragedy. The girl with the mace swears, "I won't forget this even when I die." The demon's shadow behind her. Li Tan is alarmed. "You, what's wrong with you?" She whispers, "Cursed Jianmen." Fury overwhelms Zhou Yu, and she throws herself at the white-haired girl. Catgirl attacks with incredible speed, creating many copies of herself. Zhou Yu uses a special technique, causing the opponent to have a deadline. The girl with the mace stands nonchalantly in the center of the magic formation, repelling the attack. Zhou Yu doesn't give up, unleashing a powerful false wild wave. The white-haired woman's eyes flash red, an ominous symbol appearing on her forehead. Zhou Yu's gaze is full of determination, drops of sweat dripping down her face. Zhou Yu froze in horror after sensing a deadly threat. Li Tang rushes forward with lightning speed, taking the impact. The blinding flash from the collision hides everything from view. The stranger stands firmly on her feet, her aura overwhelming. Yu in Li Tang's arms was in awe. She easily pierced through the dragon armor. The white-haired girl attacks again, her mace wreaking havoc. The walls collapsing, Li Tan and Yu desperately dodge the flying stones. Li Tan sees through the smoke the ruthless gaze of her pursuer. "My palace! Yu, stop!" yells Li Tan, seeing the chaos. The girl with the mace is enveloped in a whirlwind of power, silently preparing for the decisive strike. The demoness is called out to Li Tang, caught in a powerful vortex. Li Tang decides to act and summons his demon sword. The scarlet blade pulses energy ominously in the skeleton's hand. "Meow, meow," shouts her master's name hopefully, spinning in a tornado. Li Tan hesitates, fearing to harm her friends with the power of polar night. The white-haired woman taunts them, "Still don't want to die!" Meow Meow flies out of the vortex, sliding across the ruined ground. Catgirl doesn't give up and prepares to attack Glass Fire. Meow Meow rushes forward, vowing to avenge her clan. Li Tan yells for Yu to calm down as his sword flies in front of the mace. The vixen orders the demonesses to capture the girl. The demonesses grab the white-haired girl. The girl's eyes flash a fierce red. Li Tan beats the girl with a chain. The girl feels pain and dizziness. Bound, she begs for mercy. The demonesses offer her a deal. The girl refuses to compromise. A look at the destroyed ceiling of the palace. An enraged Li Tang scolds the girl. The girl tearfully questions whether she ruined everything, and Li Tang demands that the palace be rebuilt. Li Tan continues. She should apologize and not cause any more trouble in the demon palace. The bound girl is desperate while Li Tan laments that now everyone will think it's as if she's defeated him. Close-up of a girl crying as she realizes she can't go back to Jianmen. Flashback. Master instructs Yu that she needs to learn how to control her immortality power. The master adds that Yu can help with orders to pacify demons by freeing the mind from Jianmen. He recalls the master's order to destroy the ancient demon Guabi to save the world. The girl firmly declares that she won't make a deal with the demon even if she doesn't return to Xianmen. Suddenly, the girl yells, "Wait a minute!" and Li Tan asks in surprise, "Why?" The embarrassed girl confesses that she really needs to pee and can't take it anymore. Li Tang waves it away, and the girl vows not to attack again. The bound girl sighs a sigh of relief. "Ah!" as she secludes herself in the bushes. Zhou Yu thanks the white-haired woman, for she helped her come to her senses. Fox tells how Xianmen destroyed her clan on the king's orders. Few fox demons manage to escape, and now they wander. Zhou Yu is burning with hatred for Xianmen, who deprived her of her home. Li Tan is determined, realizing that he needs to act quickly. Someone's graceful hands with a red glow reached out of the darkness. Hands cover Li Tan's eyes, and a familiar voice whispers, "Guess who?" "Pandora." She hugs the skeleton, surprised by its new form. Pandora looks perplexed at Meow Meow, sitting coquettishly by the tree. An angry Pandora demands answers. Who is this girl, and what is she doing here? Meow Meow asks, with a mysterious smile, if Pandora doesn't remember her. Catgirl snuggles up to Li Tang, wondering why Pandora is here and what her intentions are. Pandora demands an explanation from Li Tang, and he tries to calm her down by calling Meow Meow the savior of the palace. Pandora declares to Meow Meow that she has information on how to give Li Tang his flesh back. Pandora excitedly describes Li Tang's former musculature, asking if Meow Meow has seen his abs. Meow Meow parries that Pandora's brother is stupid and talks about mining the star talisman. Li Tang's bone fists collide with a snap, taking away a unit of life. Meow Meow and Pandora stare in horror at Li Tang, who seems to have made a painful decision. Pandora blames Meow Meow, who retaliates by blaming Pandora for the death of Li Tang's brother, while his spirit watches. Pandora's face contorts with rage. "How dare you!" Pandora attacks Meow Meow with a purple discharge, but the catgirl dodges. Holding Li Tang's skull, Pandora vows to avenge Meow Meow for her brother. Meow Meow shouts in panic at Pandora flying away with her skull. "Wait, where are you going?" Pandora swiftly rushes away with the skull, Li Tang's spirit exclaiming in despair. "Shit!" Meow Meow begs Li Tang's spirit to show itself, believing it can leave the body. Someone's voice reassures Meow Meow. "Don't worry, Lord Li Tang is fine." The demoness explains that Li Tan will recover by touching the bones and followed Pandora. Meow Meow summons the spirit of a bloodhound fox to track down Pandora. Meow Meow, with the spirit of a bloodhound fox, and the skull of Li Tanya, rushes in pursuit. The demon doggies admire Lord Li Tan as he flies away. Suddenly, one of the doggies exclaims, "Gah!" in horror. She barks angrily at the other, questioning why she's here. A black-eared dog finds the other one missing. Enraged, she punches the other doggie, screaming that she's going to kill it. Meanwhile, Meow Meow with Li Tang's skull loses track of Pandora. Li Tang's spirit in the skull flies to Moji's pink palace on its own. Inside the palace, Pandora sits on a bed with a skull, happily proclaiming, "Found it." Li Tan is horrified to see a wedding photo of herself and Pandora, thinking she's fantasizing too much. Pandora gently hugs the pillow with Li Tang's image on it, whispering, "Brother," as his skull lies next to her. In tears, she clutches her pillow, exclaiming, "What will I do without you?" Holding Li Tang's skull, Pandora declares that she can't live without him. She pulls out a vial of glue, suggesting he stay with her forever, and Li Tanya's spirit cries out, "Hey!" in horror. Pandora triumphantly displays Li Tang's riveted skeleton, while his spirit bemoans her cruelty. A confused Pandora confesses that she hasn't tried pair cultivation with her brother yet. She presses herself against the skeleton, whispering, "Brother," again with obvious lust. Spirit Li Tian tries to push her away with her bone hand, but Pandora only cries out and presses down harder. Li Tian reflects that he has never seen his sister so obsessed and is helpless before her pressure. He admits that he didn't expect such a deep crush from his sister while his skeleton is drawn to her. Pandora cries out, "Gah!" as Li Tian's skeleton suddenly reaches for her. She panics, unable to believe her eyes, suspecting an illusion or spell of lust. Li Tian's bony hand resolutely yanks the red cloth off her. An embarrassed Li Tang with a heart over his head assures that it is indeed him. Pandora, propped up on the bed, asks with horror if he's seen everything. Li Tang playfully recalls how she had just massaged his bones. He praises her touch, saying the softness was just right while Pandora blushes. Li Tan coughs ominously, his eyes lighting up with red fire. He earnestly asks his sister what important information she was able to find. Pandora hugs him, beginning the story of how she learned of his trouble and began her search. Pandora recalls meeting a girl carrying a skeleton behind her back. She firmly declares her intention to help her brother heal. Li Tan asks in surprise at the skeleton's recovery as Pandora looks at the receding figure. Suddenly, the pink-haired girl screams in terror, asking who is in front of her. Pandora demands information from her, promising mercy in exchange for information. Pandora attacks, pinning the girl to the stairs and demanding to know all about the body recovery. The girl pleads for mercy in tears, mentioning the Haxian Pavilion and the magic weapon for healing. Pandora, already in the form of a demoness, suggests that Li Tang go to the Haxian Pavilion. Suddenly, Li Tan's bone hand hits Pandora on the head. She cries out, "Gah!" Li Tan reprimands her sister for her strange fantasies, and she babbles back embarrassedly. Pandora explains that she dealt with the girl so that information wouldn't leak out. Li Tan skeptically hums, "Kids are so naive." He explodes, "What is this nonsense? The information was obtained too easily. It's a setup." Pandora objects that she has changed her appearance and no one knows about their connection. Li Tan holds up the star talisman, lamenting that it's alone and it's a pity to waste it. He thanks his sister, deciding to scout out the situation in Haxian Pavilion himself first. Pandora stops him. "Wait, brother, I have something for you." She gives him human skin for disguise and a mirror, worried for his safety. In tears, Pandora hugs him, promising to go together next time. Li Tan praises her and advises her to go to the demonic hate palace for a breakthrough. Pandora asks Li Tang to take care of Meow Meow and Woof Woof while he leaves. She touches her lips in embarrassment, remembering her brother's touch. Pandora is thrilled with hearts in her eyes because he touched her head. Skeleton Li Tang stares resolutely into the distance while holding his sister's mirror. The pink-haired girl smiles slyly, looking in the same mirror. Li Tan, now in human form, looks at his reflection in surprise. He marvels at the realism of the new appearance worthy of his sister. Li Tan curiously examines his new body from below. A sudden gust of wind scuffs his clothes, taking him by surprise. He clutches the talisman resolutely, noticing some sort of description on it. The talisman turned out to be a magical cloak that hid the demon's aura and gave protection, but needed repair. Pandora vows to wait for her brother, and Li Tang wonders why she's saying goodbye for what seems like 800 years. Suddenly, Pandora in her room sneezes loudly. She ponders that the Haxian Pavilion is now full of women who might fawn over her brother. Luckily, Pandora had ordered female guises for Li Tang, so no one would recognize him or take him away. Li Tan in female form thought excitedly, "There are only nuns here, how great! Sis did a great job." Two girls in revealing outfits call out to him, "Girl!" They ask in surprise if he's listening, since they only take trained girls to the pavilion. Li Tang is seated in an armchair, served grapes and wine, and he is mollycoddling, "Eh heh heh heh. This is paradise." Suddenly, Li Tan's nose bleeds from overexcitement, and he cries out, "Ouch!" The girl whispers in Li Tang's ear that no one is allowed to enter without perfection. Li Tan, introducing herself as Li Yue, states that she has business with their master. The nuns laugh, saying that the pavilion master can't be reached so easily. Red-eyed Li Tan pondered whether he would have to break through by force. The girls suggest that Li Tang take the apprentice exam or find a referral. Li Tanya's eyes light up. "Master, that's right. He seems to have an idea." He proudly proclaims that his master is a legendary figure, revered as a king. The girls have doubts. After all, the king has been away for many years. Where would he get his apprentices? One nun orders another to keep an eye on Li Tan and goes to report back. Meanwhile, in a gazebo by the water, a blonde-haired girl plays the zither. A golden butterfly perches on the box, heralding an important message for the deputy master. The girl with the report enters the blonde deputy's chambers, ready to share the news. She reports a strange visitor at the gate, calling herself an apprentice of the immortal king, but without a drop of power. The deputy is skeptical. "The king disappeared long ago. It's just an imposter. It's not worth talking about." Suddenly, golden butterflies appear. It's a voice message from the pavilion master himself. The master's ghostly silhouette orders, "Let her take the exam, and if she lied, let's see what action she takes." Li Tanya, Li Yue, is brought to the garden where she is to live and prepare for the cultivators' festival. Li Tan clarifies with interest whether cultivators from all over the world will really come to this festival. The girl explains, In order to meet the master, you have to become a head apprentice, and the exam is in 3 days. Li Tan, huddled against the door, realizes she'll be here for a while and needs to figure out how to get to the party right away. Li Tan in female form with wide-eyed eyes exclaimed, "Oh," surrounded by a pink aura. She, Li Yue, on the other hand, excitedly shouts, "Wow," clearly anticipating something interesting. Li Yue peeks into the room, deciding, "I can stay here. I'll take advantage of this." Suddenly, we see Li Tang in the guise of a skeleton, smiling slyly and holding a red card. Skeleton Li Tang embarrassingly presses his clothes, dreaming, "I want to live with so many girls, ehehehehehe." Someone calls out from behind the door, "Li Yue, are you here? I'm your big sister Yuro." Li Yu turns around, surprised by the appearance of Sister Yuru, barely dodging the flying object. She pulls the door ajar, imagining a playful chase between the skeleton and the pink-haired girl. Li Yu smiles slyly, thinking, "The voice is so pleasant, this person must have..." In the next instant, Li Yue is in complete shock, goggle-eyed, shouting, "What the f—" A formidable Yuru appears in front of Li Yue, inquiring about her zero cultivation base. Yuru roughly grabs Li Yue, wondering how she even got here without any strength. Li Yue mentally cries out in panic, "Help! There's a man here!" Yuru is perplexed as to where the men are, and Li Tang realizes he's blabbed unnecessarily. Li Yue refuses, saying she just imagined it, trying to hide the truth. Yuru leans suspiciously towards Li Yue, starting to say something. Suddenly, a huge cleaver flashed in Jiro's hand, ready for action. Li Tan is terrified, thinking that there won't be a wet spot left of him. Yuru promises to protect Li Yue from a smelly man she's never met. Li Yu exhales in relief after realizing that her secret has not been revealed yet. Li Yu feels the lust for killing coming from Yuru, frozen with fear. The blue-haired Zhao Chunmei appears in the doorway, reminding Li Yue of her lack of a base. Zhao Chunmei, stepping forward, suddenly stumbles on the threshold. She clumsily falls face down, causing Yuru and Li Yue to be surprised. Coming up with a broken nose, Chunmei accuses Li Yue of sneaking in through the back door. Yuro whispers to Li Yue that Chunmei is very diligent because of her low luck and doesn't tolerate lazy people. Yuru thunders that the sisters need to get along well in the dormitory, hugging both of them. Li Yue, with a twisted face, endures a powerful, friendly cheek squeeze from Yuru. At night, Li Tan finds himself sandwiched in bed between a snoring Yuru and Zhao Chunmei. Gasping for breath, Li Tan decides that he urgently needs to find a way to escape and take care of business. Li Yue decides to quietly sneak out while everyone is asleep. Suddenly, Yuru and Chunmei wake up. Chunmei asks where Li Yue is going in the middle of the night. Li Yu's excuse is that he wants to practice. Chunmei reminds him that Li Yue doesn't have a cultivation base. Li Yu lies that he wants to find some leftover food to practice. Chunmei is about to punch Li Yue for lying. Yuru stops Chunmei, calling for sisterly friendship. Jiro compliments Chunmei on his vigilance. Meanwhile, Li Tan meditates, looking for a way to restore his body. Li Tan activates the consciousness scan, his red pupils flaring ominously. He's looking for a place to work out, but comes across a sign that says, "No dogs or men allowed." Meanwhile, the deputy master is about to eat the cucumber, unaware of the lack of spiritual power in it. Suddenly, Li Tan feels someone approaching and anxiously thinks, "Shit, someone's coming." The skeleton Li Tan, armed with a cleaver, nervously mutters, "An evil beast always looks at the knife." Already in female form, Li Yue with red eyes and cleaver realizes, "This is not good." Suddenly, Yuru appears behind her back, taking Li Yue by surprise. Yuru asks what Li Yue is doing here, and she excuses herself by wanting to practice at night. Yuru explains that she woke up and went to look for Li Yue, wondering if she had seen anything. Yuru mentions the strange shadows in the pavilion, and Li Yue panics that her presence might be revealed. Yuru shows Li Yue a clump of hair, asking if she's seen such a thing. Yuru decides it's a monster and vows to catch it and cook it. Li Yu clenched his fists, thinking angrily, "A deity is a hairless creature." Yuru sends Li Wei to the ablution ceremony and goes off on a hunt for the monster herself. Li Yu heads towards the spring baths, reflecting on the hypocritical ceremony. With a wink, Li Yue suggests that the bathhouse should be right here. Suddenly, Li Yue sees the girls in the bathhouse and her nose bleeds from excitement. Li Yu blushes, justifying his appearance here with male instinct. Two girls notice Li Yue bleeding, wondering if she can handle the hot water. Li Yue refuses, blaming it on the dry weather and thirst. The girls offer to help Li Yue assimilate spiritual power. Li Yu agrees, anticipating the instructions. Li Yu's gaze focuses, eyes burning red. Li Tan in Li Yue's body is shocked. Two heads. Li Tan is looking for a way to hide his unusual appearance. He realizes that the clothes won't survive the transformation. Li Tan decides to find a way out of the situation. Suddenly he hears a familiar voice. The red-haired girl brags about her strength. Li Tan recognizes Yuru and mentally rejoices. Li Yui listens to the bragging of the other girl in the bathing room with annoyance. Two girls offer Li Yue a drink after noticing her thirst. The red-haired Juro takes a sip from the cup with relish. Li Yu tastes the drink as well, her red eyes studying its flavor. The girls proudly announce that this is the famous nutritious dark horse wine. Yuru is in a panic. Wine? She's getting cat ears from shock. Someone's hand suddenly touches Juro's ears, catching her off guard. Li Yu forcefully dunks Yuru's head under the water. Li Yu chuckles, suggesting that Yuro compete in breath-holding. Li Yui feigns surprise that Yuru was so quick to get tipsy in the hot springs. The two girls are perplexed as to whether the horse milk wine has proved so strong for Yuru. Li Yu resolutely inhaled, shouting mentally, "I'll save you!" Suddenly, someone's hand grabs Li Yue from under the water, taking him by surprise. Li Yue is pulled under the water with a loud splash. Juro is underwater, cat-eared and fierce-looking, demanding answers for the attack. Yuru has a dead grip on Li Yue's arm underwater. Li Yue hugs Juro from behind, wondering at her voice in her mind and urging her not to be impulsive. Li Yue with red eyes orders Yuru to look at her. Underneath the wet cloth, Li Yue's ribs are showing through, hinting at her true nature. Yuru looks at Li Yue in shock, mentally asking, "Skeleton? Who the hell are you?" Juro is underwater, desperately trying to breathe, thinking, "Damn, I can't breathe." Li Yoke notices that Yuru is drowning and panics. "It's not good, she's suffocating." Li Yue is rapidly approaching Yuru. Their faces are dangerously close. On the surface, the two girls are concerned. It's been a while. Has anything happened to them? Suddenly, a huge splash erupts from the water, shocking the watching girls. Li Yue dives out, holding Yuru in his arms, and cheerfully declares, "The water temperature is too high, she couldn't take it." Li Yue announces, "I'll take her to a cool place," carrying the stunned Yuru away. In the silence of the night forest, Li Yue sits on a bench and Yuru rests on her lap. Yuru suddenly comes to her senses, her green cat eyes wide with surprise. Abruptly sitting down, Yuru bumps his head against Li Yue, who cries out in surprise. Yuru pokes his finger in horror, questioning, Who are you? Why is your body a skeleton?" Li Tang's skeleton appears before a stunned Yuru, declaring, "It's me." Li Tan presses Yuro against the tree, Bonehand inquiring, "So why are you here?" Yuru drenches herself in paint, covering her mouth, remembering their underwater kiss. Li Tan is perplexed, looking at her reaction. "What's wrong with your mouth?" The skeleton whispers that he was brushing his teeth, not realizing Juro's hint. Yuru, all red, blurts out, "Idiot, that's not what I meant!" Li Tan guesses, Yu, did you use the star talisman? This is a cultivation spot." The embarrassed Yuru quietly confesses, I used the star talisman." Yuru angrily cut off, "Since you're so worried, I won't tell you that I'm looking for the sky magic weapon." Yuru shrieks in embarrassment, closing her eyes. She covers her mouth, asking the skeleton if he's looking for heaven to restore his body, but immediately misfires. Li Tan grabs her, red eyes glaring. "Tell me where this magic weapon is." Yuro, recoiling, blurts out, "It's hidden under the pomegranate skirt of the pavilion master." The skeleton enthusiastically hugs Yuru. You, adore you, I'll take him right away." Yuru panics. It's no use. The pomegranate skirt is a powerful weapon. It will only open for awesome food. Li Tan gloomily said, "So I have to cook for the pavilion hostess as well? Damn, I'll have to take a knife." The camera shifts to a nighttime farm where boars and other animals sleep peacefully. A white-haired girl with a club sneaks up on a sleeping boar, muttering about body recovery and cooking. She swings around, complaining that human skin is weak to her techniques, so she'll have to attack stealthily. Yuru yells at Li Tan in a rage after recognizing her true identity. Li Tan swings his cleaver at the boar, but the boar suddenly wakes up. The enraged boar growls right in the face of the frightened Li Tan. In a cloud of dust, Li Tan tries to negotiate with the boar attacking her. A battered Li Tang sits on the ground while a boar escapes in the distance. Yuru reminds Li Tang of the magic mirror for observation. Li Tan resolutely uses the mirror, her eyes lighting up. Li Tan clenched her fists in anger, shouting that it was illegal. With the cleaver again, Li Tan declares that no one will stop her from cooking. Li Tan furiously chops the boar, demanding to give her a piece. Li Tan in chibi form with a piece of meat declares, "Ingredients are obtained, let's get down to business." The boar sighs in relief. Phew, the old hemorrhoids that have been plaguing me are finally gone. The pavilion mistress looks at Li Tan's projection, pondering about her connection with the immortal king. She holds up the mask, thinking threateningly. If not, clenching her fist, the pavilion mistress smashes the mask into pieces in a rage. The hostess enters the room where a mysterious dish is already on the table. She wondered, why was dinner delivered early tonight and he... On the plate is something strange that looks like a large organ. Li Tan whispers to Yuru, "As long as you eat this amazing food, the pomegranate skirt will open." The pavilion owner looks in the mirror, seeing Li Tan and Yuru, and realizes, "You're the one who made this food." The pavilion owner picks up the sticks, intent on finding out their true motives. She tastes a bite, pondering the purpose of the uninvited guests. The incredible flavor blows the hostess away and she falls face down on the table. Yuru exulted, "The deed is done! Time to check out the pomegranate skirt." Li Tan and Yuru search the landlady, perplexed. "Where are the magic weapons?" Li Tan is surprised. "Strange, my food doesn't usually cause fainting spells." Suddenly, Li Tan notices the brooch on the landlady's clothes and shouts, "It's a hoax!" The brooch flashes, transforming into a shining sword, and Li Tan declares, "How daring to steal my weapon." Li Tan shouts to Yuru, "Careful, it's a transformation of form and spirit." Yuru pushes Li Tan away, taking a powerful energy punch. The pavilion mistress with sword in hand snickers disdainfully, ready for battle. Li Tan holds the weakened Yuru, lamenting that she overdid her strength and hurt her. The mistress menacingly asks who they are and how they are related to the immortal king. Li Tan, holding Yuru up, declares that he has nothing to do with the immortal king. The pavilion owner is annoyed by Li Tan's vain tone, reminding her of the king. In the flashback, a man demands the wounded mistress give up Sky by cornering her. The mistress remembers that even that strong man couldn't overpower her and activates the pomegranate skirt. A powerful skirt attack descends on the girls. The mistress predicts their deaths. Li Tan resolutely stands in front of Yuru, taking the punch, while Yuru looks on admiringly. Li Tan's skeleton in full battle uniform grinned, "Really? And I'm just tickled." Li Tan looms menacingly over the mistress. "I want to ask you something." The skeleton rushes forward, offering her, "You better think of a graceful way to surrender." Yuru enthused. "Unbelievable, he massacred her in seconds." The pavilion owner grins. "You're rejoicing early. The pomegranate skirt has just opened." A gigantic demonic entity is released from the skirt, the true power of heaven. Li Tan's eyes flashed red fire. He clearly didn't expect such a turn. A mighty punch from the red demon throws Li Tan away, catching him off guard. Yuru shouts in horror, "Li Tan, watch out!" Seeing him being attacked, Li Tan blocks the punch, the arm bone breaking. Damn, there was no warning about hidden attacks. The defeated Li Tan looks at the sword tip. "How about we make a deal?" The mistress demands, "Tell me where the king is, and I'll spare your life." Li Tan, almost out of breath, replies that she doesn't know and won't beg for mercy. Yuru panicked. "Li Tan is cornered. We need to figure out how to support him." Yuru realizes, this guy is a magic weapon under the control of the pavilion mistress. Yuru prepares a talisman. "I'll distract her with an illusion and break her gun control." A powerful explosion shreds Li Tan's bones to pieces. The demon looms over the defeated skeleton. "It's over, he's too fragile." Suddenly, the demon feels dizzy, and Li Tan's skull flies to attack. Yuru sobs over the skull. "Li Tan, you died so pathetically." But it's just an act. The hostess swings her sword. "Good people bring everything to an end, I will reunite you." Yuru, falling down, activates the glowing magic circle beneath him. A white fox bursts out of the circle, Yuru ready to sacrifice the seal for the strike. Feigning weakness, Yuru whispers to Li Tan that she tried her best. Spirit Li Tan shouts in panic, "Stupid, you could die because of this." Li Tan apologizes, remembering that he is only a spiritual body and can't help. The white fox furiously clutches at the red demon, distracting it. The amulet on the demon's chest controlling him suddenly dimmed. The demon is puzzled, and Li Tan's spirit asks, "What is this thing?" Pavilion Mistress channels energy into the amulet in an attempt to regain control. Divine blessing. A female essence is released from the demon, exclaiming, "This is it, I get it." The female essence explains, the mistress controls it by inputting her spiritual consciousness. Touching the demon, she adds, "Now I'm in a spiritual state too." Essence points at the mistress as the red demon kicks her. The mistress coughs up blood and the entity screams, "You can't escape now, I'll destroy you." In a cloud of smoke, the hostess is puzzled. What was that? Li Tian's spirit floats above the bones. "Your spiritual state is broken. Return your weapons." The landlady is shocked. How could he resurrect? Li Tan glares menacingly at her. Suddenly, flaming golden rings appear in the air, flying towards Li Tang. Li Tan catches the ring, eyes burning red. "Didn't expect," he says in the voice of the mistress. The skeleton grins. "I put my consciousness into it, now the magic weapon is mine." The pavilion owner, coughing up blood, can't believe her eyes. "Impossible!" Li Tang's skeleton, engulfed in flames, grins ominously at his new power. Suddenly, Li Tan finds herself in a puff of smoke, perplexed. What's going on? Hooded figures hover around him, casting a mysterious spell. Li Tan realizes, looks like I'm in the pavilion mistress's memory world. The hooded figure speaks of the vicissitudes of fate and destiny. The 5 figures call out to the powers and beams of fire burst out from them. Li Tan looks anxiously at the rift in the sky from which red light is pouring out. A creepy, multi-legged creature with burning eyes emerges from the rift. A huge red demon loomed over Li Tan, radiating pure terror. The rift demon roars, "Forest King," and a golden artifact shines in the sky. Li Tan clutched the artifact. This is the king of magic weapons. A powerful golden beam bursts out from the artifact, blinding everything around it. Li Tan smirked gloatingly, his red eyes burning with anticipation. The pavilion mistress, defeated, whispers, "You've seen it, the power of 5 weapons you can't get." She screams in rage, "Give me back the magic weapon, it's mine." Li Tan thanks her. "You showed me where the king of magical weapons is." Revolutionary Island appears before them, teeming with giant creatures. The skeleton explains, "Fortunately, I have heard the legend of this island." Suddenly, Yuru cries out in pain, engulfed in golden flames. Li Tan shouts, "You!" In horror, rushing towards her, the mistress is stunned. The skeleton hugs Juro, golden flames bursting from her chest. What's that?" Bright energy burst out from Yuro, forming a mysterious artifact in the air. A golden book or box with an eye and the hieroglyph Void shines above them. Yuru's voice pleading for salvation, Li Tan looks anxiously at the artifact. Li Tan reaches for the object and is engulfed by a dazzling golden light. The skeleton lands in an unfamiliar forest, looking around confused. "Where am I?" Suddenly he sees a scene from the past. Men in yellow burning someone on a cross. Li Tan realizes with horror, these are Yuru's childhood memories? Young Yuro screams desperately, nailed to the cross and engulfed in flames. Li Tan sees the sectarians in yellow preparing to burn, calling themselves immortals. He realizes Yuru was looking for a weapon to break the cursed seal. The skeleton looks at the lying Yuro, hardly recognizing her. "Yuro, is that you?" Yuru's eyes flash red and she lets out a furious roar. Suddenly, a giant firefox attacks Li Tan, forcing him to retreat. Li Tan tries to block the powerful golden punch coming from the fox. The impact throws the skeleton backwards, the ground beneath him cracking from the force. A close-up of Juro's green eyes, she comes to her senses with a sigh of relief. Yuru realizes, the seal in my body is broken. I saw Li Tang in a dream. Is it really true? She thanks Li Tang, but he is surprised. Why? You were in trouble, weren't you? Li Tan holds up the artifact. And I got even more than I expected. The pavilion owner laments, I'm sorry I couldn't protect the magic weapon. The guards are furious. He attacked the pavilion master. Let's protect the patriarch. The 4 female warriors attack Li Tan, but he is ready to fight. Taste my fist! Li Tan's powerful punch throws the attackers away, one shouting, He's so strong! The mistress's servant is enraged. Master, she took the weapon and hurt you. The mistress pleads with her men. I don't want you all to die because of me. The girls discuss the salve. Heavenly silkworm will restore consciousness? Li Tan chuckles, leaving the ointment behind. Who is he so generous? Hurry up and give it to the master. Li Tan and Yuro sail a boat to a mysterious forest island. Li Tan remarks, Drevolution Island is not so scary, and Yuru marvels at its desolation. Yuru enthusiastically points to Li Tang, look how beautiful the sunset is over there. Suddenly, her gaze freezes, a disturbing glow reflected in her eye. No! The heroes set foot on the island, and a path flooded with an ominous red light opens before them. Yuru anxiously asks, "What's going on here?" And Li Tan advises caution. Meanwhile, two servants persuade Miss Ziyu to return. Revolution Island is too dangerous. Warrior Ziyu scornfully replies, "Cowards! The strong need experience, and they're monsters." Ziyu remarks to Li Tang and Yuru, "Skeleton and Fox Demon, they must have burned down the city." She unsheathes her sword with anticipation. "Look, we're lucky to get the experience." Ziyu rushes forward. "Kill them and raise the might of my immortal sect." Ziyu's servants rush to attack with a shout of, "Let's kill!" Li Tan recognizes the men from Xianmen. Yuru's tail flicked back the swords of the attackers with a clang, protecting her. The adept is shocked. "Parried! What kind of power is that?" Yuro, surrounded by tails, grinned evilly. "You've come just in time." She looks at the sectarian with burning eyes. "I've wanted to kill you hypocrites for a long time." Yuro attacks with a spiritual chain, unleashing the power of the nine-tailed fox. A powerful blast of golden energy threw the sectarians away. "A bunch of weak chickens." Suddenly, Ziyu appears. "Look how the girl is handling it." Ziyu soars into the air, drawing his sword over Yuru. "Die in agony, demon!" The huge sword stops at Juro's very face. The latter whispers in astonishment, "Hey!" Li Tan blocks a jab, warning Jianmen not to get too cocky. Li Tan's eyes flash red. He clearly has no intention of relenting. Ziyu grinned. "Great, there's finally someone who knows how to fight." Li Tan is perplexed. "Why did you attack after barely seeing us?" And Ziyu orders it to be repelled. Ziyu concentrates the energy in his sword, shouting out, "Eradicate evil!" She declares that it is Jianmen's duty and brings down a shining blade on Li Tan. Ziyu shouts that you don't need reasons to kill villains, throwing Li Tang away with a powerful punch. Yuru rushes over to Li Tang, alarmed by his fall, but he assures her that everything is fine. Suddenly, a strange bluish egg on the ground crackles beside them. Small red creatures with sharp teeth hatch from the eggs with a squeak. Ziyu looks down in surprise. A small creature has clung to her leg. She's outraged. "Hey, someone dared to touch my property!" Suddenly, a formidable rider with a posse appears, demanding compensation. His men gloat, "Let's catch demons and make them slaves for generations." Ziyu was puzzled. People from the inner islands, they rarely leave their lands. A troop of savages rushes out with fierce shouts to attack everyone present. Yuru asks Li Tang what to do, and the latter sees them as a source of information. Li Tan responds with a whirlwind of hellfire, setting the attackers on fire. The skeleton faces off in a fierce battle with the leader of the savages. Someone is watching Li Tang's battle from afar through a telescope. The watcher in the tower decides he is worthy to be the new vessel for the king of the magic palace. Li Tan stands over the defeated leader. "I thought it was a petty boss, but he turned out to be such a weakling." Ziyu fights off the small creatures while Li Tan notices, "Oh, those little monsters slipped away." Li Tan turns to Ziyu with a chuckle. "Hey, you behind, why don't you try it next time?" Ziyu's servant panicked. "Miss, we can't manage. Let's go back to Xianmen to report to the head." Ziyu resolutely clutched her sword. "I made my father promise not to return until I find out what's going on here." She looks at Li Tang thoughtfully. "However, it seems like this skeleton has been here recently too. Did someone else burn down the city?" Yuru interrogates the savage. "Hey, if you don't want to die, tell me where the magic weapon king is." The savage, blushing, stares at Juro's tail, mumbling, You. Yuru yells at him in anger. "Do you want to get shot in the head too?" The savage yells at Juro in horror. "You're dead!" Suddenly there is a chime and a glowing blue triangle appears. The heroes turn around in surprise. Yuru asks, "What's that sound?" Meanwhile, the little red critters pounce on another savage. The creatures begin to merge with the body of the defeated, transforming it. The savage turns into a huge red monster, growling, "I'll kill!" The rest of the savages rush in panic to flee, shouting, "Run if life is precious!" The monster watches in surprise as red spikes erupt from the ground, sweeping everything away. Li Tan suggests, "It's a tree attack similar to the power of the magical weapon king." Suddenly, Ziyu is entangled by red tentacles. She cries out in surprise. Tsuyu, entangled in tentacles, is furious and demands that the servants release her immediately. Her servants, also captured, float carelessly, shouting "Butterflies" to Ziyu's horror. Yuru explains. The ringing allows the Weapon King to control the fruit demons from afar. Li Tan suspects a conspiracy. Ziyu, wriggling in his grip, screams at the relaxed Li Tang and Yuru, demanding to be rescued. Li Tan comments sarcastically on Ziyu's selflessness in ignoring her pleas. In desperation, Ziyu shouts to the skeleton and the fox that he gives up and will not attack again. Close-up of Ziyu screaming in agony, her face contorted from the pressure of the tentacles. Yuru is perplexed as to why the vines have not touched her and Li Tan. The skeleton assumes its uninterestedness. Li Tan frowned thoughtfully, trying to unravel the reason for their selective invulnerability. Ziyu, blushing, makes Li Tan a desperate offer, hinting at a spectacle in exchange for salvation. It dawns on Li Tan. His body contains a magic weapon, so the tentacles didn't touch him. The skeleton explains to the monster the principle of the elements. Metal defeats wood, forcing it to retreat. Li Tan shows off his artifact. Its metallic nature will restrain the king's woody power. The huge monster, roaring, "I'll kill you!" prepares to attack without noticing Li Tan behind him. Li Tan exalts the artifact, proclaiming, "Magic weapon of faith, eternal life." A comical insert shows the transformation of a skeleton into armor in slow motion. Li Tan appears in shining golden armor, assuming a heroic pose. Ziyu and Yuru are absolutely thrilled. "What a cutie! He's so handsome!" The armor-clad Li Tang pathetically declares, "On behalf of the demonic hate palace, I will destroy you." Li Tan in his armor towered over the defeated red monster, emitting the aura of a victor. Li Tan in the golden armor feels a surge of strength. His stats have skyrocketed. Yuru in dark glasses enthusiastically encourages Li Tan. "Keep going, Li Tan." Li Tang stretched out his hand, calling out, "Appear, demonic sword polar knight." Ziyu stunned. The legendary sword polar knight? Where did this skeleton get it from? Li Tang's eye in his helmet flashes red. "Obey the master's call." The huge red monster with a cry of pain begins to retreat under the onslaught. A few moments later, Li Tan in his armor comically tries to catch a bird. Li Tan was in despair. "Damn, this armor imposes silence. I can't cast sorcery." Suddenly, the red monster violently attacks Li Tan, catching him off guard. The monster chuckles maliciously. "Ha ha ha ha! Little worm, I'll grind it up. I'll kill you." Yuru anxiously asks Li Tang if he's okay as he laments the late call for weapons. Li Tan notices his polar knight's sword lying on the ground in astonishment. Yuru turns resolutely to the monster, recognizing it as something other than a plant. Foxy prepares to attack, declaring, "I won't let you hurt Li Tang." Yuru, with burning eyes, asks to be allowed to deal with the enemy. Li Tan, already on his feet, explains to Yuru that the sword was lent to him by the lady in the tree. The little girl admires the stranger's strength, comparing him to her mom. In flashbacks, a mighty warrior chops rocks with a single sword stroke. The girl shouts with delight, "Beautiful, Mommy, you're so strong." The warrior woman sadly replies to her daughter that strength does not always bring happiness. Little Ziyu promises her mother to find her a strong husband, blaming her father for their misfortunes. The mother gently assures her daughter that she has faith in her and her future. Memories are interrupted. Yuru whips the monster with scarlet energy streams in combat. Yuru, attacking, proclaims hopefully that Ziyu will find a worthy chosen one. With a cry of "Hate break," Yuru directs the full power of his strike at the red giant. The huge monster's breastplate cracks under Yuru's crushing attack. Suddenly, another muscular red savage attacks the Dark Knight, taking everyone by surprise. The Dark Knight puzzled. His sword had broken, unable to withstand the density of his opponent's bones. The muscular savage chuckles gloatingly as he sees the confusion of his armor-clad foe. With a fierce cry of "Damn you!" the savage throws himself into another attack on the knight. The Dark Knight in the helmet confidently declares, "Ha! It's not over yet!" The savage rushes toward a huge sword stuck in the ground while the knight watches. The knight calls out, "Come back, sword!" and the blade soars into the air. The red-haired savage watches in amazement as the sword flies away from him. A savage with sudden red wings rushes forward furiously. The knight catches his giant sword, warning the enemy of the power of the golden outfit. With a powerful swing of his sword, the knight unleashes a crushing attack on the savage, wishing him to rest in peace. Ziyu, sitting on the ground, looks at the knight with admiration and blush. So handsome, so strong. The little pink demons scatter from the spot where the savage had just been defeated. Yuru and Ziyu fly up to the knight, and the foxy woman asks worriedly, "Li Tan, are you okay?" Li Tan in his helmet smugly declares that it's nothing to him. Suddenly, the armor begins to count down, heralding the end of the transformation. Li Tan is once again a skeleton, his stats plummeting and his armor disappearing. He realizes with annoyance the gold armor had a time limit. Li Tan's skeleton crackles, surrounded by purple discharges. Yuro shakes the crying Li Tang in a panic. "This is bad!" as he roars. Ziyu holds out a vial to Li Tang, offering to use its contents. She explains that it is a rare mixture of her sect, forbidden to outsiders. Li Tan is surprised at the generosity of someone who recently threatened to kill them. The mixture works instantly. Li Tan is amazed by its power, and Ziyu is embarrassed. Yuru reveals the composition of Xiangnan Baiyao, fox skin for back treatment. Enraged, the vixen forbids the use of the remedy, shouting that killing is unacceptable. Blushing, Yuru offers Li Tang his fur as long as he doesn't harm others. She claims her fox musk is a far more valuable medicinal ingredient. Suyu comments musk in disgust, alluding to the smell, which pisses Yuru off. Ziyu's gaze falls on the savage trying to cowardly crawl away from the battlefield. With sword at the ready, Ziyu blocks the path of the frightened fugitive. She begins a stern interrogation. What's going on here and who's behind it? The savage confesses in fear. They have been sent by force to subdue those who disagree with the island master's plans. Ziyu, noticing the strange plants, demands an answer about them as well. The savage babbles in horror. The master of the island has a magical weapon that controls the plants. Li Tan skeptically interjects, "Magical weapons?" No sooner does the savage speak than he is swallowed by the ghastly plant. In front of everyone's eyes, the unfortunate man turns into a tree. Ziyu is shocked. The girl is perplexed. What the hell is going on here? Li Tan thoughtfully notes that this one is no longer a fighter, unlike the previous tree monster. The skeleton grins. "A weapon that animates plants? That's curious. Yuru, let's go." Ziyu embarrassedly calls out to them, "Hey, wait, are you leaving already?" Li Tan turns around, seeing her timid hope. "What, do you want to come with us?" Ziyu, blushing, declares that she has to go because she always listens to her subordinates. Ziyu, stammering, excuses herself. Her subordinate insists on camping together. With a sly smile, she adds that the matter is serious and requires a report to the head of the sect. Suddenly, Yuru flies his foot right into Ziyu's face with a shout of "Fa!" A dazed Ziyu barely regains consciousness, and Yuru is already asking what they should do next. Ziyu, rubbing his bruised face, declares, "They are from Xianmen and must find out the truth." Yuru laughs. Since the subordinates say so, she, as a lady, will follow their manners. The four heroes go deeper into the forest, unaware that a red monster is watching them. Sitting on his throne, the red-haired villain looks at their image, easily passed the test. The blonde-haired counselor assures him, as long as the king of magical weapons is in his hands, Li Tang is no equal. The red-haired man stares thoughtfully at the map, while the counselor wonders why he was given this weapon. The villain's counselor admits with a chuckle that he just likes a man's showdown. The red-haired man looks away silently as the counselor continues his cryptic speech. Suddenly, the counselor turns out to be a pink-haired beauty, eager to see Li Tang's true strength. Meanwhile, Li Tan, Yuru, and Ziyu have finally climbed up, and Ziyu is already exhausted. A giant tree appears before the heroes, inside of which a mysterious structure can be seen. Li Tan guesses, this is the residence of the island master where the king of magic weapons is kept. The skeleton smirks in anticipation. Soon all 5 guns will be in his hands. Suddenly, someone in yellow rushes past them, shouting desperately, "Hurry up!" Li Tang was dumbfounded. Other cultivators were flying after him, yelling about last chance. Ziyu is puzzled. What are so many famous practitioners from different sects doing here? Li Tan suggests the rumors of his arrival attracted the other cultivators here. Ziyu bursts into laughter, unable to believe that this skeleton is the formidable lord of the demon palace. In Ziyu's imagination, the legendary Li Tang is a beautiful and seductive demon, not a skeleton. She declares that his current strength is as far as the present Li Tian. Li Tan is furious. Her words insult not only him, but the entire demon palace. Something happens up ahead, and Li Tang sarcastically welcomes everyone to Dray Wizard Island. Zach Bo, the island's host, appears on stage ready to make an important announcement. The crowd recognizes him as Zach Bo from the Golden Garden, the monopolist and rich man of the island. Zach Bo announces the renaming of his Golden Garden. The new name is Green Universe, he proclaims triumphantly. The crowd is puzzled. A green universe? What is that? Zach Bo broadcasts a new illusory world with an economy on blockchain. Li Tan confesses to Yuru, I didn't understand anything, but I'm impressed. There are whispers in the crowd. Those who believed Zack earlier have gotten fabulously rich. Zack Bo is intriguing. What will be available for purchase in this green universe? He demonstrates a glowing artifact that the plant is reaching for. Li Tan recognizes the artifact. This is it. Zack Bo introduces the green-haired beauty. An unrivaled delight. One of the cultivators, waving the money, shouts, I'll take it even though I don't know what it is. Zack Bo announces with a smile, Congratulations, this A subject is yours. The green-haired maiden wraps her arms around the lucky man, the crowd in amazement. What's going on? Zack Bo reassures, the client is now happily connected to the green universe. Enveloped in bliss, the cultivator is carried away in the arms of the plant fairy. The master of the island says, Everyone here will become a hero, even surpassing Li Tang. The sudden impact blows Zack Bo's microphone to smithereens. Li Tan decisively states, I don't care what you're up to. The skeleton menacingly demands, Hand me the magic weapon first. Zack Bo smirked gloatingly. Li Tan, you're finally here. He points to the artifact on his chest. My king of magical weapons is already hungry. Zack Bo decides with a smile. Since I'm not welcome here, I guess I'll be the first to leave. Zack Bo, running away, beckons the pioneers to the green universe, promising payment later. Li Tan and Yuru looked at the cultivator who was sprawled out in bliss and bewilderment. Juro explains, Dopamine via roots makes people euphoric and want to die of happiness. Li Tan shouts to Zakubo, Hey, you want to escape? Taste my fire fist first. Suddenly, a muscular blonde man blocks Li Tang's path. How dare you ruin my chance to get rich? Blondie defends Zack Bo, stating that Li Tan is his exact opposite. Another cultivator in green fiercely demands Li Tang to return the 72 beauties. Ziyu tries to reason with the crowd. We are all respectable people, why quarrel? Yuru nods to the side with a chuckle. Respectable and decent? Look over there. She points to the display of swords, comparing them to luxury autos, and asks who wants the same glory. Yuru is furious at the words of Li Tang, who smiles slyly, saying, Well, if those are the rules here... Li Tan grinningly summons a shining golden sword, asking for help in identifying it. The sword turns out to be the Black Imperial Flying Sword 2022, capable of buying an entire country. A crowd of cultivators immediately rush towards Li Tang, offering favors and begging for patronage. Meanwhile, the red-haired man looks at the gray-haired elder crucified on the cross. The red-haired man attacks the elder with golden energy, commanding him, Come out! The elder cries out in pain, a strange mark on his forehead. The green-haired companion explains to the red-haired man that the old man is no longer fit for the king of magical weapons. The red-haired one grinningly states that he's already found a new candidate, but he needs her help. The green-haired beauty replies with a seductive smile, I obey. Li Tan makes his way deep into the Green Universe plantation, happy to finally be rid of the annoying crowd. He ponders how Zack Bo turns useless plants into living bodies, selling them for fabulous money. Suddenly, Li Tan hears an announcement about the latest model of sexy dryad and freezes in bewilderment. At the impromptu auction, a green-haired dryad stands in a cage, and the crowd is already bidding, starting at 15 million. Yuru notices that this dryad woman seems special, and Li Tan looks away embarrassed. Li Tan, with a look of connoisseurship, confidently declares that she has the most imposing figure in this entire story. Yuru and Ziyu, angered by his vulgarity, pounce on the skeleton with their fists, while the latter screams for help. The two girls hold Li Tang tightly while a mysterious blue energy hovered around them. Yuru asks Ziyu in surprise if she heard that, and she confirms it's telepathy. The caged green-haired dryad begs telepathically for rescue, unwilling to become Zack Bo's slave. The dryad explains telepathically, the master of the island has given them life, but they don't want to be slaves. With tears in her eyes, she pleads, Help me! Save my comrades! Ziyu asks Li Tang, shocked, Did you hear that? The skeleton nods. I heard it. The girl decisively declares, Then let's save her. Maybe that way we can save other plants too. Li Tan indifferently waved away. No time, I'm looking for the owner of the island. Suddenly, the auctioneer hits the dryad with his whip, yelling, Shut up, merchandise! The man hissed angrily, So many words from a mere commodity! Ziyu lunges forward in fury, her sword blocking the next strike against the cage. The auctioneer shouts in shock and anger, Girl, what are you up to? Ziyu, throwing down a wad of money, firmly declares, This dryad girl is mine. I'm buying her. The auctioneer, dumbfounded by Ziyu's generosity, mutters, Guo, Madam is so rich. Ziyu coldly states to the auctioneer that there is no need for anything else. She is already paid. Ziyu affectionately asks the rescued dryad if she is injured, and the dryad tearfully thanks her. Li Tan watches bewildered as Ziyu frees the dryad from the cage. In the forest, the dryad introduces herself as Lulu, newly bewitched. Lulu recalls how a few months ago, her family lived quietly on the island as normal plants. But then, according to Lulu, the island's owner had a strange magical weapon for his own hidden purposes. Lulu tells how the island's master disrupted their peaceful life, treating them like slaves and trading them. She adds that he continues to enslave them with these weapons and they all hate him intensely. Li Tan interrupts her monologue, asking what good she can do now that she's been rescued. Ziyu angrily yells at Li Tang, reminding him that she was the one who saved the dryad, not him. Lulu confusedly explains, because of weapon magic, some of them attack outsiders under control. The dryad shares hope. The power of the weapons is weakening, and they will be able to regain their peaceful lives. Yuru ponders, if the king of magical weapons is removed, everything will go back to normal. Lulu timidly proposes an idea to find the island's owner, but doubts its success. She suggests splitting up and finding her kin or infiltrating the palace and waiting for reinforcements. Li Tan snickered skeptically. What kind of crazy plan is that, just kicking down the door? Jiro recognizes the plan as viable, but wonders about the island owner's weaknesses. Lulu is embarrassed to report, the master has one weakness. He is very lecherous and easily seduced. Yuru, shocked, cuts her off abruptly. Not another word. Yuru and Ziyu declare with one voice, At any rate, it won't be me. Li Tan tries to quietly escape, but the girls notice his maneuver. 20 minutes later, Li Tan in a woman's outfit embarrassingly protests, I don't want to be like this. Lulu looks at the cross-dressing Li Tang with an evil smirk. Gotcha! The two guards at the palace gate are speculating about the promotion if the master gets rich on the green universe. One guard dreams of touching a dryad at the annual meeting, blushing with anticipation. The guard continues to fantasize, burning with curiosity. Are girls' hands soft? Li Tan, in the guise of a cute girl, coquettishly suggests to the guard, Do you want to find out right now? Pretending to be a new maid, Li Tan asks the guard to open the door, having supposedly lost the key. The dumbfounded guard, stammering with excitement, exclaims, Kra, beautiful! As Li Tang leads him away. Li Tang panicked. The guard touched his bony arm. The disguise is threatened. The guard blushes, thinking, Do beauties really have such hard hands? Legendary beauty in the bones? Li Tan, having recovered the illusion of a hand, sweetly asks, Brother guard, can I come in? The enchanted guard rushes to open the door, forgetting his partner who is watching jealously. Meanwhile in the forest, Yuru doubts whether Lulu's tribesmen can really help. Lulu confidently leads them to the council cave, suggesting they leave their weapons at the entrance for trust. The dryad places a hand on Jiro's shoulder, enveloping her in a mysterious blue glow. With a sly grin and glowing eyes, Lulu whispers to Jiro, Just keep your claws down, Foxy. Yuru is puzzled, and Lulu insistently asks Tsuyu to leave the weapon at the cave entrance as well. The girls, following Lulu, head towards the entrance of the mysterious cave, leaving their weapons behind. Ziyu asks worriedly, It's so dark in here, Lulu. Where are your fellow clansmen? Lulu smiles enigmatically and makes a hand sign, activating the trap. Suddenly, roots burst out of the cave walls. Ziyu cries out in surprise. The roots are wrapping around Ziyu. She screams in panic, Lulu, what's going on? Lulu chuckles gloatingly. A pair of silly girls. Master will reward me handsomely. Ziyu looks at Yuru in horror, not understanding what is happening to her friend. Lulu mockingly informs Ziyu, Your fox friend is already bewitched by me. The dryad transforms, her hands becoming sharp blades ready to attack. A question flashes in Jiro's eyes. Are you saying you bewitched me? Jiro stands calmly at the entrance. Lulu is shocked. Sorry, but we're on different levels. Yuru, realizing Lulu's intent, declares, You want to attack first? Don't blame me for being rude. It unleashes the powerful mirror flower, water moon technique, creating a vortex of energy. A colossal explosion rumbles through the forest, shaking everything around it. Meanwhile, the owner of the island on the throne is startled by a sudden rumble. The villain smirks, thinking, Looks like Lulu has already succeeded. At this moment, Li Tan, in the guise of a maid, walks up to him. "Lord, I am honored to serve you." Suddenly, a blue triangular artifact emitting a threat appears above Li Tan. The artifact penetrates Li Tan's forehead, causing him to scream in unbearable pain. The island owner gloats, "I think I've found a new body for the king of magic weapons." Li Tan transforms, his face distorted with demonic energy. "Demonic hate palace demon lord, Li Tan." The island owner gloats, "Has the body finally appeared? The king of magic weapons really likes a powerful man like you." He addresses the crucified elder. "Great elder, your essence is exhausted, you are no longer needed." Elder Zakbo growled with his last strength, "I must destroy your soul." The island owner grins contemptuously. "Heh, the last roar of an orphaned dog." He continues, "I will send you back to the west when the king of magical weapons fusion ceremony is complete." Li Tan, as a skeleton, clutched his head in pain, the artifact on his forehead glowing brightly. The owner of the island laughs madly. "It's coming! The merger is about to come!" The energy around Li Tian builds up. The island owner shouts, "Finally!" Li Tang's skeleton suddenly winks and shows a peace sign. "Just kidding," leaving the villain shocked. He touches his forehead. "Thought it was a mosquito bite, but it's the king of magic weapons, not at all what I imagined." The owner of the island shouts in rage, How can you be out of the control of the king of guns?" Li Tang's skeleton confidently replies, "It's a pity, but I'm a skeleton. I can't be a vessel for a physical body." He mockingly asks the villain, "What did you get in return for your hair and looks?" The island owner rushes forward in a frenzy. "Damn, what are you waiting for?" Li Tan, with flaming fists, shouts, "I can't wait! Come on! Fire hate fist!" Li Tang's powerful punch sends the villain into a knockout, leaving a smoking crater. Yuru and Ziyu run into the hall and Li Tan turns around. "Looks like we're late." Yuru proudly declares, "Oh, we've dealt with the enemy too. Our Fox Demon clan is the strongest in illusions." The defeated villain whispers, "Oh, great king of magical weapons, I wanted to give up my body." The artifact detached from Li Tan's forehead, soaring upwards under his surprised gaze. The defeated villain, merged with the artifact, begs it to overpower Li Tang. Ziyu, with a huge sword at the ready, shouts, "Watch out." The owner of the island, now masked, unleashes a colossal stream of blue energy. Li Tan's skeleton is covering the girls from unknown projectiles. Yuru is alarmed. The villain Zakbo is completely consumed by the artifact, transforming into the king of magical weapons. The Weapon King turns to Li Tang. "To get me, pass the final test." He prepares a powerful attack, announcing, "Let's see if you repel the Green Universe apple." Yuru and Ziyu feel the incredible power. Ziyu shouts to Li Tang to dodge. Li Tan stands unwaveringly in front of the fire sphere, rushing towards him. A red light flashes in Li Tan's eye. He pondered. "The final test?" Li Tan recalls a stern teacher. "I will teach you a technique that can break the sun and moon." The teacher continues, his gaze stern. "This technique is called..." Li Tang's skeleton opens his eyes, a fiery sphere approaching. "Damn, I thought it was going to be something related to eyes." Suddenly, Li Tan transformed into a white-haired warrior, unleashing the three-colored three-step strike. His face contorted with rage, his eyes blazing with determination, blue energy enveloping him. Yuru is shocked and embarrassed to see Li Tang's new form. "This..." Ziyu also blushed in surprise. "Really, Li Tang?" The white-haired Li Tang unleashes the naked sword sky-splitting on the enemy. The fire sphere collides with his attack, causing a dazzling explosion. The Magic Weapon King smirked. "Heh! Really stood the test of the Green Universe." The King of Arms admits, as expected of a worthy prophecy. He continues, "You, artifact collector, are qualified enough to decide my fate." The blue artifact flew straight into Li Tian's outstretched hand. Li Tan catches the artifact, asking in surprise, "Decide fate?" Yuru runs up anxiously. "Li Tan, are you okay?" She marvels at his human appearance. Li Tan himself doesn't realize how it happened after the blow. Li Tan, with Eurofox on her shoulder, asks Ziyu if it's related to her sword techniques. Ziyu, upon seeing Li Tang, swoons with hearts in her eyes, exclaiming, "Wah!" She is delighted with his melancholy look and beautiful face. She thinks, "Mama wasn't fooled." Ziyu decisively declares, blushing, "It's decided. From now on, he will be my man." Li Tan irritably asks Ziyu to wipe his drool. Ziyu sighs dreamily. What a good husband. Li Tan is shocked. Li Tan doesn't remember the wedding, but Ziyu declares him her husband. Yuru is jealous. Yuru is in tears, complaining that she was the first, and Ziyu attacks suddenly. Tsuyu offers to help Li Tang with bathing. The latter recoils. Yuru is furious. Li Tang suddenly has a splitting headache. Ziyu is worried. Li Tan turns into a skeleton again. The girls are terrified. Li Tan's skeleton yells, "My stunning face! My elegant hair!" He shakes the artifact angrily. "This is all your work. What am I, a skeleton again?" The artifact innocently blinks, and Li Tan shouts, "Don't lie, has something changed?" Li Tang's skeleton mutters, "Yes, I can clearly feel that there is indeed a change and that..." Suddenly a golden glow appears in his hand. The girls are shocked. "Buddy's back!" Li Tan laments. "Although the most important thing for a man has returned, it hasn't improved my appearance." The mysterious voice advises, "Just keep looking for the next magic weapon." Li Tan looks around. Who said that? A gray-haired old man in white robes appears before them. The elder asks sternly, "Have you forgotten that there is still a living person here?" Ziyu recognizes him. "Yes, you! You're Bai, the great elder Xianmen who disappeared a few months ago." The girls bow respectfully. Li Tan is surprised. "Grand Elder Xianmen?" Li Tan looks questioningly at the confused Yuru. "Yu?" Ziyu is perplexed. "But Great Elder, why are you imprisoned here? The owner of the island is no opponent to you." The elder explains that his confinement is due to the election of the Xianmen Patriarch, held once every 100 years. He points out that the current sect master, Hong Tianli, is running things behind the scenes. Ziyu was shocked at the thought that a sect master could do such a thing. The elder looks angrily at the defeated island owner, calling him Hong Tianli's bastard. Yuru yells furiously at the elder, accusing Xianmen of killing her Fox Demon clan. The elder objected, claiming that it was Hong Tianli who was the killer of the Fox Demon clan. He recalls how Hong Tianli exterminated the Fox Demons, and he himself was stripped of his position for resisting. Li Tang's skeleton impatiently asks what this has to do with restoring his flesh. The elder replies that ancient weapons can restore the body, and wind is the main secret of the treasure pavilion. He offers Li Tang a deal, help him win the election for Patriarch in exchange for a magic weapon. The elder promises, after becoming a master, he will receive weapons and vindicate the Fox clan, but Li Tan and Yuru don't believe him. Meanwhile, two exhausted cat girls with staffs are scrambling up the mountain, one moaning, "I can't take it anymore, meow." The black-haired cat holds up the invitation, lamenting the distance to the demonic entity's forum. The red-haired cat grabs her ear. "We must help Lord Li Tang fulfill his duties, woof!" The black-haired girl is outraged. "Wages are not paid, food is not fed, I'll complain to the owner, meow!" She adds dreamily, "I wish I could pay my own salary, meow." In the gloomy conference room of the Magic Forum, dark silhouettes of demons gather. The Lord of the Palace of Broken Love, Angela Monroe, with a pipe in her hand, remarks, "It's finally here." The Lord of the Fire Heat Palace, Xian Aji, crossed his arms and added, "We've been waiting." The mistress of the Ice Rain Palace, Ji Hanking, the strongest of the legendary demon sect, was lolling around. "And here's Death Palace Lord Wuxin, also from the Hate Palace." Meanwhile, the two cat girls froze in horror at the entrance, surrounded by shadows. "Meow, those are legendary demons," whispers one. "They'll wipe us out." Suddenly, the red-haired one flies a bone across her face. "Ooh, woof!" The black-haired cat proudly proclaims, "I'm from the Palace of Hate, meow, meow, meow." The pink-haired demoness is surprised. The Lord of the Palace of Hate is a cat? The red-haired lord warns, "Don't underestimate her, legends don't lie." The purple-haired lady notes, "Without the Palace of Hate, our gathering is incomplete." The boss cat grins, "Mistress is not here for games, fear not, woof." Seated at the head of the table, she purrs. "It feels good to be in charge, meow." The Green Lord hesitated. "You are the head of the Palace of Hate, but the power is not in you." Cats panic. "Why don't I have a strong base, meow? Humans are cruel, woof." Lord Death is displeased. "My palace is always second. Today I will be first." The two cat girls huddle together in terror, trembling with fear. Meanwhile, Li Tan, the girls, and the elder approach a giant tree with an entrance. Yuru worried about the resurrected plants. "It's dangerous to leave them. What are we going to do?" Li Tang's skeleton's hand glowed. "I can purify plants and use their energy." Li Tan is surprised. "What, the hand moves by itself?" The blue aura flashes. The group approaches a huge pavilion-like complex of buildings. The Green Lord swung his staff. Pfft! Prepare to die, Lord of the Palace of Hate. The black-haired boss cat crosses her arms. Hey, saddle the horses! Her assistant panicked. It's Wuxin, the master of the Death Palace. He'll rip your heart out. The boss cat scolds her subordinate for cowardice, though she herself is trembling with fear. Green Death Lord Wuxin swings his weapon. You're just a big flaw. Wuxin decides to rip out the cat's heart with his next attack. He lunges at the cat, yelling, Take that, you stinker! Suddenly, someone's bony hand blocks the blow. The cat babbles an apology. The other demon lords are amazed. Did you see that movement so fast? Li Tang's skeleton holds Wuxin's face. Ha-ha, satisfied? Wuxin is furious. The skeleton's eyes glow ominously. Now watch, it's going to get even cooler. Wuxin is shocked, wiping away her sweat, and the boss cat babbles, I didn't do it. Wuxin recoils, shouting that strength is useless if you can't hit the target. The boss cat grabs his leg, demanding to talk. Meow! Wuxin tries to fight back with his staff, both cats screaming in terror. Li Tang's skeleton laughs, saying that wielding a magic weapon with a personal spirit is unnerving. Wuxin asks in bewilderment what that was, and Cat explains about the exploding tree. Wuxin's staff shatters into pieces on the floor. Wuxin admits defeat, thanking the mistress of the Palace of Hate for her mercy. He proclaims that the mistress of the Hate Palace is worthy of being #1 among the demonic sects. Both catgirls are shocked at this turn of events, meowing and barking. The boss cat sits at the head of the table, the other demon lords listening intently. She smirks, suddenly becoming the master of the strongest demon sect. Meow. Since I'm the strongest, I can do what I want, the cat announces, licking herself. You buy me 1,000 fish and let me eat them, meow, she demands, shocking everyone. The demon lords are stunned by her first order. An awkward silence reigns. The assistant tries to salvage the situation. Mistress, let's put the fish aside and discuss important matters. The pink-haired demoness begins. Everyone has noticed the anomalies. 1,000 years of ice has melted in my ice rain palace. The Lord of the Fire Heat Palace grimly confirms the temperature of the volcano in my palace is also dropping. Lord Death adds, I've got living people, and the mistress of the Palace of Broken Love, and I've got a couple formed. The red-haired cat interjects, and there's always bones missing from the Palace of Hate, and it's not me, woof. The purple-haired lady shares, the oracles have linked anomalies to these 5 items. She admits that she doesn't understand the nature of these things and their effect on sex. The boss cat whispers, one of them we think we saw, meow? The assistant barks in agreement. A sudden voice announces with a laughter, Let me tell you! Someone bursts in. The stranger in the robe lands on the table with a clatter, shocking everyone present. Wuxin angrily inquires, Who are you to barge into our forum uninvited? The blonde smirked smugly. No matter who I am, I know all about these artifacts. The pink-haired demoness stunned. Ancient magical weapons? Those 5 things are artifacts? The red-haired lord exclaims in horror, An ancient magical weapon? The pink-haired woman explains, Gathering the 5 weapons, Sky, King, Wind, Earth, Tiger, will gain incredible power. The blonde man intones, There are far more important secrets hidden in the artifacts. He continues, The 5 weapons are the keys to chaos, capable of awakening ancient giants. The stranger reports, A powerful man has already taken possession of 2 artifacts and is looking for the rest. The purple-haired demoness is alarmed. We have to stop him. Who is he? The blonde man points to the image of the skeleton in the artifact. There he is, your collector. The catgirls are shocked to recognize Li Tanya, meowing and barking in surprise. Meanwhile, Li Tan dreams, I'll collect artifacts and grow my hair back. Euro comforts him. Don't worry, husband, my family will help get a 3rd weapon. Li Tan asks embarrassedly, Can we not talk about the artifact? And don't call me husband? Yuru blushes. Don't worry about formalities. Let's get married as soon as you get your body back. Yuru confusedly says that girls shouldn't be so assertive, and Li Tan is puzzled. Yuru runs away in tears, with a sly fox girl watching her from around the corner. Li Tan pondered, Is it me doing something wrong or is it still her? Deciding to keep his head down, the skeleton simply goes to sleep. The silence of the night envelops the house where Li Tan sleeps peacefully. Suddenly, a red-haired vixen in a seductive red dress slips into his room. She leans over the sleeping skeleton, whispering that she will not yield it to another. The fox decisively sits down beside her. I can't wait any longer. Today you will be mine, Li Tang. She looks at him thoughtfully, contemplating how to make him hers. Oh yes, I'll use my race's talent. Charm. Her eyes gleamed predatorily. Foxy imagines Li Tan in human form whispering to her, Yu, I'm yours, while she herself giggles in anticipation. She resolutely tries to cast a spell on the sleeping skeleton, but her hand bounces back with a crash. Li Tan glows blue, showing complete immunity to her magic. The vixen is shocked. The fox girl exclaims in despair, You're immune because you're undead! What should I do? Suddenly it dawns on her. What if I charm myself? She thought. The vixen pressed her cheeks together resolutely, concentrating and applying the enchantment on herself. Li Tan slowly opens his eyes, awakened by someone's whisper. Brother Tan, wake up. Enchanted with herself, the foxy vixen snuggled up to him with a blush. Come on, be happy, we have plenty of time before dawn. Li Tan was horrified, with blazing hard eyes. You're a fox demon! How did you fall under the enchantment? She playfully snuggles closer, whispering, Come on, there are many ways. And Li Tang tries to stop her. Li Tan tries to push Yu away in a panic, begging her to come to her senses. Yu gets a light blow to the head, and everyone has to wait for her to recover before going to Xianmen. After several days, they finally arrive at the majestic walls of Xianmen. Yu, who has already come to her senses, looks around the imposing gates of the city with curiosity. At the entrance, they are stopped by guards announcing that because of the election of the patriarch, tourists are not allowed in. Yuru nonchalantly shows her ID, which lists her high-ranking parents. The guard, recognizing Elder Wu's daughter, immediately apologizes and allows her to pass, while Yuru asks to let her friends pass as well. Li Tan is surprised that the Yuru family is really so influential in Xianmen, and she smiles modestly. The guard lets the girls and the old man pass, but suddenly blocks Li Tang's path. Li Tan is outraged as to why he's not being let in, and the guard declares that low-level skeletons are unworthy of entering. Li Tan clenched her fists in fury, demanding an apology from the guard. Old Man Bai intervenes, stating that the skeleton is his familiar. Li Tan is offended to the core after hearing that he is a low-level summoner. Old Man Bai coughs, making excuses for his advanced age. He awkwardly explains that he summoned the skeleton for household needs, which angers Li Tang. The guard hesitates, citing the patriarch's ban on low levels entering. Suddenly, a girl in a hoodie with ears appears, ordering everyone to be let through. The guard is surprised to recognize her, calling her Sister Aero. Aero bows respectfully to Old Man Bai, and the guard is shocked to realize his status. Old Man Bai recognizes Aero as Hong Tianli's student and asks her to tell him of her return. Aero reports that the patriarch is aware and has personally sent her to meet Elder Bai. The hooded girl with ears hums briefly, confirming her words to the old man. The guard immediately changes his tone, ingratiatingly allowing the call of the great elder to pass. Li Tan shakes the old man in a rage, shouting that he is not a servant, and Bai excuses himself with haste. The guard whispers to Aero about the unexpected return of Elder Bai, missing for months. He suggests that Bai's return promises a fierce battle for the post of patriarch. Aero blushes, admitting to herself that she's more concerned about this mysterious skeleton. Li Tang glares menacingly at the old man, and Aero thinks he looks more like a hero. In Bai's retreat, the old man announces that a battle with Hong Tianli is imminent. Li Tan is excited at the prospect of battle, and Yuru admiringly calls him handsome. Old Man Bai reassures Li Tan, promising to teach him Xianmen's secrets in gratitude. The girls are shocked, and Bai promises Li Tang an immortal realm with a special technique. Li Tan is intrigued and willing to wait to see these powerful secrets. The first day of special training begins, with a peaceful tea party with the girls. Day 2. Eating shiabu, Li Tan starts to frown and Yu is surprised. The third day of training is a game of mahjong. Li Tan is already boiling with anger. Li Tan can't stand it and pounded the table in fury. What kind of preparation is this? Yu smiles slyly, noting Li Tang's talent for losing at mahjong. The skeleton shakes the old man, demanding a real workout, not entertainment. Bai nonchalantly states that young people are too impatient, all in good time. Li Tan grabs the old man's beard, demanding a magic weapon, not the title of patriarch. Bai struts that he has been teaching Li Tan the greatest secret of Xianmen, the way of peace, all this time. The skeleton is in complete disbelief, not understanding what way of the world it is talking about. The old man explains that immortality is the way of peace, not battle, and without this understanding, power will only lead to chaos. Li Tan is skeptical about what philosophy has to do with him. Bai points to Li Tan, saying that even the strongest can't rule the world without understanding, and that Xianmen brings people together. Old man Bai turns to Ziyu, asking about her progress in training. Ziyu is proud to announce that she has gathered all the family's relatives and friends to support Bai. Bai now looks at Yuya questioningly, waiting for her report. Yuyu smiles slyly, claiming that she has collected all the dark secrets of Patriarch Hong Tianli, starting with childish pranks. Old man Bai announces that it's time to go outside. An election announcement appears. Hong Tianli 42%, Bai 38%. Hong Tianli and Iroh discuss Bai's growing reputation after his return. Hong Tianli sneers maliciously, saying that he knew about the problems from the weeds. The Patriarch considers Bai to be an ordinary person with no skills and asks Iroh what to do. Iroh dutifully replies, "Yes, Patriarch." Old man Bai greets the crowd who chants his name in support. Night, Bai's bedroom, silence envelops the room. Iroh, wearing a hood with ears, bursts silently into Bai's bedroom. Iroh, dagger in hand, hovers over the bed, whispering, "Great Elder, I'm sorry." Iroh raises the dagger over the sleeping man, preparing to strike. Suddenly, a bony hand grabs her wrist, stopping the attack. Li Tan sarcastically asks if these are all her righteous methods. Iroh jumps back in shock, recognizing the skeleton. "Tusk, it's you!" Li Tan reminds her of Bai's words. Cultivating immortals is not about fighting and killing. Iroh doesn't listen, furiously charging at Li Tan with a dagger. A skeleton with burning eyes repeats, "Cultivating immortals is a peaceful path." Li Tan grabs the girl's clothes. "Don't you see that?" He explains that he foresaw an assassination attempt and swapped rooms with the old man. Iroh is startled. She didn't expect the low-level summon to be so strong. Li Tan yells furiously, "What kind of low-level summon is this? I'm from..." Iroh senses its spiritual power, asking in surprise, "A spiritual journey?" The girl admits, "It's really incredible." Iroh suggests an alliance. "I'm very optimistic about your bones, why don't we team up?" She smiles dreamily. "Let's create a beautiful world where immortals and demons rule together." Suddenly, a shout is heard from outside. "There's just been a fight in my husband's room!" Iroh pulls up his hood, saying a short bye. Li Tan releases a powerful stream of energy, creating a smokescreen. Ziyu and Yuyu rush into the room, asking what the smoke is and if he's okay. The skeleton calmly replies, holding the canister, "Ah, I was just exorcising evil spirits." Ziyu panics, her husband is in danger. Iroh reports the failure to Hong Tianli. She complains about Bai's strong bodyguards. Hong Tianli asks about small children. Iroh apologizes for the failure. Hong Tianli is furious. He grabs Iroh by the hair. Hong Tianli scolds Iroh for failing. Iroh begs for mercy. Hong Tianli throws Iroh away. Iroh staggers into a dark dungeon filled with chains and instruments of torture. The girl sheds her clothes, exposing her back, which is covered with fresh wounds. On the square in front of the towers, the crowd cheers. The first patriarchal election competitions have been announced. Students in the crowd argue over who will win, Hong or the returning Elder Bai. One of the debaters confidently declares that the main factions have already made their choice. He lists the punishment and personnel departments as Hong, and the academy and alchemists as Bai. However, according to him, there is one faction whose opinion is not yet clear. At this time, Elder Z and Wushuang Z from the logistics department appear. Ziyu, standing next to Li Tan, happily shouts, "Daddy!" when he sees Elder Z. She whispers to Li Tan that her father will support Bai, ensuring that he wins and the skeleton gets a new weapon. Elder Z takes the floor, promising an important announcement from the supply department. To everyone's surprise, he announces his support for Hong Tianli. Ziyu freezes in shock, not believing his father's words about collaborating with Hong. The members of the supply department confirm that Hong Tianli is their choice for the sake of stability. Hong Tianli smiles and thanks Chief Z and the entire department for their support. Elder Z alludes to a certain promise made by Hong Tianli. Hong promises Tzu the position of deputy patriarch after his victory. Hong Tianli, addressing the crowd, declares his ambition to make the sect number one. Suddenly, Ziyu yells angrily, "Wait!" Ziyu, sword in hand, challenges his father, claiming that he does not represent their family. Elder Z angrily asks his daughter what she allows herself on the day of voting. Ziyu recalls that the head of the family has always been her mother, Wu Ling, who left clear instructions. She accuses her father of duplicity, saying that he is not worthy to be the head and challenges him. The crowd whispers that Zi Wushuang has taken over, even though his daughter could have defeated him when she was 12. Her father is furious and yells out if it's too early for her to challenge him. He reminds her of her mistake and punishment, saying that her freedom depends on today. Tsu Yu replies with unwavering determination. Yes, father. Elder Zi asks the sect master for permission to handle the household chores. Suddenly, Wu Shuangzi with a sword blocks his sister's path. Are you really trying to stop me? Ziyu coldly replies to his sister, You're wrong and must be punished. Wu Shuangzi shouts with rage in her eyes, Crazy fanatic! She swings her sword in preparation for a crushing blow. The sisters clash in a fierce battle, sword against spiked mace. Wu Shuangzi confidently parries the attack, her gaze full of determination. The defeated Ziyu lies on the ground, and Wu Shuang declares, You're no match for me. The father shouts to Wu Shuang in a panic, Whoa, what are you waiting for? Hurry up! Ziyu hesitates, afraid to use his power of rampage and subsequent punishment. Elder Zi promises Wu Shuang the patriarch's forgiveness if she defeats her sister. A crimson flame flashes in Ziyu's eyes, heralding the awakening of the force. Bone spikes shoot out from Ziyu's back as she unleashes her rage. Ziyu, turning into a giant, unleashes all his power on his sister. Wu Shuangzi exclaims in horror, Wu Yue, you… Ziyu's monstrous fist sends Wu Shuang flying. Elder Zi and his companion are startled. Ziyue, what speed? Wu Shuang lands with difficulty, thrusting his sword into the ground for support. She doesn't give up and unleashes a powerful golden sword strike. Ziyu, in a fierce form, dodges the deadly attack. Suddenly, Ziyu is behind her sister, ready to be captured. She grabs a Wu Shuang and takes it to the sky. Wu Shuang shouts in frustration, Go to hell, little sister! A massive explosion shakes the ground, sending up clouds of dust and debris. In the center of the crater lies Wu Shuang. The audience whispers, Really? Is it over? Giant Wu Shuang looks around, wondering, Where did she go? Ziyu lies unconscious on the ground, and a familiar figure appears above her. Li Tan scoops up Ziyu. Ooh, are you trying again? Ziyu, coming to his senses, whispers with tears in his eyes, Li Tan. Wu Shuangzi notices the skeleton and thinks, Why does the skeleton look so familiar? Ziyu shyly replies to Li Tan, I'm sorry, I was confused. Li Tan chuckles. What's there to apologize for? The real battle hasn't started yet. Elder Bai suddenly appears, loudly announcing the purpose of the election. Elder Bai orders the skeleton to lower Ziyu, who is indignant. Who's calling here? The crowd whispers, Bai saved the daughter of Tsu despite the disagreements. What generosity. The students are amazed. Even a weak skeleton becomes a formidable weapon in Bai's hands. Elder Zi gloats. Bai has lost all his strength. He can't recover. Ziyu's father thanks Bai and hurries his daughter. Let's go. Elder Zi irritably asks his daughter why she froze in place. Suddenly, Ziyu explodes with energy, her body being enveloped by lightning. The father shouts to the guard in a panic, Hurry, the rope of the immortal castle! Ziyu's giant fist flies straight at his father with incredible speed. Elder Zi is knocked back by the crushing blow, losing his teeth and consciousness. Father Tsu falls back, losing his teeth, defeated by the crushing blow of his daughter. Meanwhile, Li Tan is holding Wu Shuang in her arms, looking confused. The guard activates the magic rope lock, trying to subdue the raging Ziyu. The bound Ziyu loses her strength and falls, her rage fading. The elders are concerned. Z is unconscious. How do we conduct the vote now? A representative of the supply department states that they refuse to vote. The students whisper, the failure of the supply staff increases Elder Bai's chances of winning. Elder Bai asks Iroh about his current approval rating. Iroh, crunching a carrot, reports that the masters support about 46. Elder Bai looks grim. 46% is clearly not enough. Elder Bai promises reform and harmony if he becomes patriarch. The students are cheering enthusiastically, supporting his fiery speech. Bai looks ahead confidently, his face full of determination. The red-haired elder sarcastically applauds, calling Bai's speech touching. He loudly asks how Bai, who has lost his strength, will keep the sect at the top. The other elders whisper, doubting Bai's abilities after the betrayal. Elder Bai sternly interrupts them. Who said that my skills are lost? The red-haired elder retorts defiantly, accusing Bai of being impertinent. Suddenly, a massive explosion shakes the sect building, and Bai's eye flashes. The red-haired elder laughs as he calls Bai a clown who dares to challenge him. Bai looks down on the red-haired elder. Is that all you can do, Master Hong? Elder Bai explains, since I changed the incarnation system to summon, did you decide to underestimate me? Bai confidently declares, I bet you can't beat even the weakest of my summons. Skeleton Li Tan yells in a rage, I'm not a low-level skeleton. Viewers discuss, so that's why Bai didn't have a spark. He's using summon. The red-haired elder asks incredulously, did you really switch to the summoning system? Bai reasons, is it appropriate for a patriarch to fight like a youngster? Isn't it better to rely on a strong summoner? Master Hong sneers, a strong summoner? Don't make me laugh. The red-haired elder waves his hand. Enough empty words, come, Guardian Yanmen. The mighty golden warrior responds to the call. I obey, to the patriarch. The students are shocked. Guardian Yanmen, a legendary spirit that only the patriarch can summon? Bai warns Li Tan, Guardian Spirit Yanmen is strong, its power is unfathomable. Elder Bai asks with a grin, are you afraid for your summoning? Li Tan begins the ritual. Servants of Dark Winter, obey my summons. The crowd is astonished. Elder Bai's summoning has summoned another skeleton. Is this possible? Master Hong laughs. Even a dozen weaklings like that won't harm Shenmen Guard. A new skeleton with a book continues to call while the Golden Warrior watches. New robed skeletons appear out of the darkness, responding to the summons. Skeletal summoners with glowing eyes recite spells from ancient books. A whole army of skeleton warriors with swords is ready to rush into battle. The Golden Guardian Xianmen is caught in a dense ring of skeleton warriors. The students are amazed. Bai's strategy is to take advantage of the number, compensating for the quality. Elder Bai asks you not to beat up the guard too much, because he will still be useful to him. Suddenly, a giant dark hand looms over Master Hong, who shouts, That's enough! Li Tan watches with interest. Huge palm, good move. Master Hong orders the guard to attack Bai while he deals with the skeletons. The red-haired elder swings furiously. No bodies, I'll crush you! The dark hand descends rapidly, catching Master Hong off guard. Following the dark one, another glowing, gigantic hand descends on Master Hong. A powerful impact shakes the ground, sending up clouds of dust and energy. Li Tan, towering over the fallen Hong, remarks, It seems that you haven't practiced with this giant yet. Meanwhile, Guardian Xianmen is targeting the skeleton, ready to defend the patriarch. Li Tan appraises the Guardian's armor with a grin, silver armor, rather beautiful than statuesque. The skeleton raises a golden artifact proclaiming, Golden Skeleton Armor. Li Tan appears in front of everyone in a new, impressive dark armor with gold accents. Master Hong, lying on the ground, furiously shouts to the guards, Hurry up and attack! Why are you procrastinating? Unexpectedly, the Xianmen Golden Guard kneels before Li Tan. General, I didn't recognize you. Master Hong and Elder Bai are shocked while Li Tan repeats in surprise, General? The Xianmen Guard asks the general for orders, while Li Tan asks Bai, puzzled, what's going on? Elder Bai begins the story of the ancient god Dong Hao, whose artifacts have become the guardians of the sect. Elder Bai suggests, Li Tan, your armor probably belonged to an ancient general. Li Tan thoughtfully, it seems that Guardian Xianmen takes me for this general. What? The skeleton points at Hung. Go and deal with him for me. Guardian Xianmen answers with a burning look. I submit. Master Hong backs away in horror. Wait, I'm your master. The Guardian's powerful punch sends the red-haired elder flying. The defeated Hun yells, it's not fair. I demand a rematch. Ah! The audience scoffs. The Guardian was deceived and now he is beaten up. Master Hong, covered in sweat, grits his teeth. Damn! The red-haired elder clutches his burning heart in despair. Stop! Master Hong tries to control Guardian Xianmen by holding his flaming heart in his hand. Elder Bai reveals a secret to Li Tan. The hearts of Dong Hao's elite soldiers have been seized for control. The red-haired elder gloats, ordering the Guardian to attack because he has his heart. Guardian Xianmen suddenly refuses to obey, leaving Hong in shock. Li Tan claims that his skeletons, unlike others, have true loyalty. The armored skeleton raises its arm, shrouded in dark energy, and gives an order to its army. Many skeletons with burning eyes respond to the call, ready to attack. Master Hong is horrified to realize that the skeletons of Bai have a will of their own. A powerful energy vortex created by the skeletons rushes towards the red-haired elder. Master Hong screams as he flies into the sky, knocked back by the crushing attack of the skeletons. Master Hong, defeated, coughs up blood on the ground. The student solemnly declares, Victory! The new patriarch is bye. The crowd cheers and Elder Bai thanks the students, promising to live up to their expectations. A defeated Hong asks Iroh to help him by sending her to the scripture pavilion. Li Tan looks at Hong thoughtfully as the girl with ears watches intently. The disciple unfolds the scroll with a smile. Next is the inauguration ceremony of the new patriarch. Suddenly, a panting student runs in, shouting, "It's a big event and it's not good at all!" They try to stop him. "Don't you see the inauguration? What is more important?" But he keeps repeating about the trouble. A panting messenger reports in horror. The demon sect, the 5 major sects, are laying siege to Xianmen. In front of the Xianmen gate, you can see the flags of the enemy sects ready to attack. The leaders of the enemy sects are preparing to storm Xianmen. The cat girl asks Miao Miao if Li Tan is really in Xianmen. Miao Miao angrily corrects, "Call me Alliance Lord Miao." The Lord of the Fire Palace declares that his warriors are ready to lead the charge. The Lord of the Palace of Death considers a frontal attack stupid and suggests a night sortie. The Lady of the Palace of Broken Love offers to seduce the defenders of Xianmen. Miao Miao is impressed by the variety of plans and asks the Mistress of the Ice Palace for her opinion. The Mistress of the Icy Rain Palace summons a giant block of polar ice. A giant block of ice is heading straight for Xianmen. A powerful blast of ice shakes the ground at the sect gate, sending up a cloud of dust. Miao Miao disdainfully, "What strategy? Just destroy it all." An ice block crashes into the Xianmen gate, confirming the fiend sect's brutality. Li Tan in skeleton form drops his helmet in shock when he hears about the attack. Skeleton Li Tanya fiercely interrogates the disciple. 5 demon sects? What are these sects? A terrified student reports, the main flag read, "Demonic Hate Palace." Li Tan is angry, his eyes blazing. "Demonic Hate Palace?" The skeleton clenches its fists. "Who dares to impersonate me? I have to figure it out." Elder Bai calls out to Li Tan, who turns around in surprise. Elder Bai resolutely hands Li Tan the golden hammer. "Take this." Li Tan takes the hammer and Bai explains, "This 3rd magic weapon, Earth, will come in handy." Elder Bai notes with a grin that Li Tan was hiding power and wants to see if he is worthy of the hammer. Li Tan, in the form of a skeleton with a battle cry of, "Let's go," rushes into the thick of events. Meanwhile, Master Hong in the scripture pavilion is laughing maliciously as he opens the chest. Turning around, Hun sees Iroh and boasts that his ancient weapon Wind grants invincibility. All of a sudden, Iroh attacks Hun, stabbing him in the shoulder with a sharp object that looks like a carrot. The defeated Hun looks at Iroh in shock, his shield flying off to the side. Hong tries to appeal to her conscience, reminding her who raised her and taught her everything. Iroh coldly replies that he will never forget 10 years of bullying. Holding Hong's shield, Iroh declares that he will be killed by someone other than her. A mysterious girl with fox ears and red appears behind Iroh. Master Hong looks at the fox girl, who appears in horror. The fox girl declares, "It's time for the Fox Demon clan to pay up." The outer fortifications of Xianmen are finally collapsing under the onslaught. The Fire Palace Lord reports to Miao Miao, "Xianmen's outer defenses have fallen. Give the order." Miao Miao resolutely commands, "The next step is to level Xianmen, Miao." The leaders of the demonic sects are preparing to storm the inner strongholds of Xianmen. Li Tan with a hammer blocks the path of the invaders. "Who dares to impersonate the master of my palace?" Cat girl in shock, "Lord Li Tan, woof, 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 and meow meow. Why are you here?" Red cat happily, "Meow meow, Lord Li Tan hasn't forgotten us, woof. Lord Li Tan, he's..." Meow Meow angrily pinched the chatty cat's cheek, silencing it. Meow Meow sarcastically thanks Li Tan for showing up on his own, saving her the time to search. She points imperiously at Li Tan, ordering the demon lords to destroy him. Meow! Li Tan is furious, his eyes blazing. "Lord of the Palace of Hate? Oh, you?" A skeleton with a hammer rushes to attack, knocking back the 2 demonic leaders. Meow Meow grabs Li Tan's hand in shock, demanding an immediate explanation. A terrified Meow Meow, held down by Li Tan, desperately calls for help. The Lady of Broken Love Palace rushes to Meow Meow's defense with a whip, shouting at Li Tan. Suddenly, the glittering sword blocks the whip that is aimed at the skeleton. Iroh with a sword stands next to Li Tan. "Don't forget my duty is to protect Xianmen." Meow Meow chuckles maliciously, anticipating that Li Tan has a new human pet. Meow Meow in a rage orders the demon lords to destroy Li Tan, the source of all evil. The 4 demon lords charge in, and Li Tan asks skeptically if he is really the villain. An inner voice whispers to Li Tan, "Use me, I'll help you destroy them." Li Tan looks at the golden hammer, wondering if it's really him talking. With a roar, Li Tan's skeleton slams the hammer down on the ground, creating a powerful shockwave. The mistress of the icy rain palace is defeated, coughing and wondering at an unknown force. Streams of blue energy soar up, demonstrating the power released. Suddenly, Li Tan returns to his human form, clutching a hammer and burning with righteous anger. Meow Meow, Iroh, and the rest of the demon leaders look at Li Tan's transformation in complete shock. Li Tan looks at his hand in surprise, realizing, "I am recovered?" A mysterious blonde man with a golden cat mask appears in the sky. He grins maliciously. "Father, only one detail is missing for your resurrection." The demon lords are amazed. "This skeleton took on a human form?" Mistress of the Palace of Broken Love, thoughtfully, "His appearance, it looks familiar." Iroh and the red cat rush to Li Tan, the latter admiring his beauty. Li Tan explains, "The ancient weapon allows me to temporarily return to my human form." But his form is unstable, and he turns back into a skeleton, lamenting the brevity of the moment. The red cat shows the shield. "This is also an ancient weapon found at Hong Tianli's." Li Tan understands. "After collecting a few artifacts, I will be able to fully recover." Having partially regained his flesh, he feels a familiar power, but also an uneasy premonition. The demons are rushing to strike while Li Tan is vulnerable in the transformation. The crushing blow of the five lords is coming down on him. A powerful explosion shakes the battlefield, hiding the outcome. The demon lord is sure that the union of their 5 palaces will crush anyone. But a figure emerges from the smoke, and his confidence fades. Li Tan in shining armor and carrying a shield. "My power surpassed that of a divine?" Red Cat is overjoyed. "Master is healed, woof!" Meow Meow takes the cat away in annoyance. "It's nothing special, come to my place." Li Tan's red eye in the helmet glows with indomitable rage. A wave of golden energy knocks back the lords. Li Tan is unstoppable. The armored Li Tan is tense, and the demon lords are perplexed by his aura. He feels that his strength has not just returned but increased, but his head is splitting as if someone else is there. Suddenly, an eye flashes in his mind, and a voice says, "You finally noticed me, Li Tan." The voice appears to be the ancient god Dun Hao, the Sun Emperor, sealed in 5 artifacts. Li Tan clutches his head in horror, asking the entity what it wants. The ancient god declares that Li Tan's body is the perfect vessel, and soon it will be his. Li Tan's helmet flashes blue as the divine entity tries to take control. Meow Meow, the cats, and the demons watch in shock at the strange changes in Li Tan. Li Tan, engulfed in flames, proclaims in the voice of a god, "World, prepare to face the wrath of the Sun God Emperor." A mysterious blonde man wearing a cat mask covers his face with his hand, muttering, "Daddy!" Daughter of the Sun God with tears in her eyes, "You're finally back." The demon lords are terrified. His eyes have changed when that boundless power. The daughter admits, Father, I've been waiting for this day for 10,000 years." She reveals a secret. Her father, Emperor Dong Hao, was sealed in 5 artifacts. All these years, she had been searching incognito for a way to resurrect her father. In order to collect the weapons and contain their power, she chose Li Tan as the vessel. She'd engineered his downfall, banishing him to the void to prepare him for his father's resurrection. Now she wants her father to take revenge on the world for thousands of years of imprisonment. Li Tan, possessed by a god, fights off the dark hands, his power unstoppable. The incarnate sun god releases a colossal burst of energy, shaking everything around. Meow Meow is alarmed. Lord Li Tan's eyes are the wrong color, meow. The possessed Li Tan directs a wave of energy at the cats, and they retreat in horror. God's voice from Li Tan, "After 10,000 years, mortals are still weak and arrogant." Red Cat panicked. "Lord Li Tan, we made a mistake. Excuse us, woof." Meow Meow is furious. "Ungrateful. I forgot my old pet for a new one." She continues, "We cute pets need to be taken care of too. I want to hug you, meow." The sudden impact knocks both cats to the ground. Li Tan, whose eyes are glowing ominously, orders coldly, "Woo, go away." Iroh and the other allies appear, asking worriedly, "Li Tan, are you okay?" Meow Meow shouts at them, "Didn't you hear? Lord Li Tan told us to leave quickly." Iroh angrily shouts at Meow Meow, "You, a former enemy, dare to order us around?" Meow Meow proudly declares, "As the Lord of the Li Tan Palace, I order you to get out, meow." Powerful energy arrows soar into the sky, heralding a new attack. Meow Meow, running away, throws Li Tanya. Get ready for the next battle! Li Tan is in agony, dark energy enveloping him, clearly struggling with control. The inner Li Tan screams, I will not allow my body to be defiled, but God scoffs at his futile attempts. The eye of the god Dun Hao proclaims, allowing people to live is a true desecration. Iroh rushes towards Li Tan, who seems to be losing his strength. Iroh holds a golden tiger mask. This last weapon will be the crown of your coronation, God Emperor. She puts the tiger mask on Li Tan, and a bright light illuminates everything around her. Li Tan, gripped by a new power, lets out a battle cry through his mask. Iroh greets his father with a smile. Dad, welcome home. She points to the ruins. It's the Xianmen who imprisoned you. Take revenge on them, Dad. The God Emperor raises his hand. Energy gathers. The past has passed. It is no longer there. The power in his hand is pulsing, and there won't be Xianmen in the future either. Lightning strikes ancient buildings, destroying them to the ground. The huge fiery hieroglyph Destroy glows over the devastated land. Iroh hugs her father ecstatically. Dad is amazing! Let the oppressors die! The demon lords and Li Tan's allies watch in horror at this display of power. The two female warriors are shocked. Destroy Xianmen in an instant? What power? The blonde sobs in despair. Father, masters and brothers of the sect. Whew! Meow Meow panicked. This is the end. Xianmen and Li Tan's power are captured by God. Meow Meow shouts at the blonde, Run and hide! But the blonde snaps back, protecting Li Tan. The girls grappled in a fierce but comical brawl, arguing about Li Tan. Suddenly, Pandora appears, stating, I have a way to resurrect Li Tan. Is Pandora sure? His consciousness still exists in the void realm. The mysterious girl clarifies, we need someone he loves and a part of his body. Do you have any? Pandora, blushing, takes out Li Tan's rib, which she secretly kept for comfort. She laments, but my attempts to revive him failed. Apparently, he doesn't love me. Pandora appeals to her allies. You are the closest to him. Perhaps your love will resurrect him. Pandora points to her allies. Which one of you can get it back? Meow Meow emphatically states, I'm his favorite person, Meow Meow. She hands the glowing rib to Li Tan, preparing for the ritual. Meanwhile, Li Tan's spirit is floating in the void. This realm is quite good. Pandora and Meow Meow cry out, Lord Li Tan, come back to life, meow! Li Tan mumbles in the void. Someone called, I don't care, I'm so sleepy. The connection is cut. Pandora and Meow Meow are desperate. Gone. The blonde snatches out a rib. Allow me! Li Tan is my husband! The red cat gets into an argument. He'll never forget the warmth of my mouth, woof! The purple-haired woman recalls, 100 years ago, he was my love. Maybe I can... The red-haired warrior recalls a piquant moment with Li Tan in a woman's dress. He violently throws himself into the fray for the right to resurrect Li Tan, shouting, Die! Pandora is desperate. All attempts are futile. Li Tan does not want to return from the void. The demoness with the bone offers a new approach. Resurrect his skeleton with love. Iroh congratulates Father God, confident that the world is now at his feet. She invites him to rule the world together because the old threats are no longer terrible. The God Emperor reveals a secret. He left the heart in the void, becoming invulnerable. The real Li Tan in the void enjoys peace, wondering about the God Emperor. He admires his reflection, glad to be rid of his skeletal appearance. Sudden flickering lights in the void interrupt his self-love with the question, What is it? Li Tan notices his heart in the void and reaches out to touch it. Meanwhile, the blue-masked God Emperor shakes, his body shaking. Iroh asks worriedly, Dad, are you okay? He replies that he is not used to it yet. Li Tang's spirit holds the heart. Is this the heart? Why is it in the void realm? Suddenly, many ghostly hands grab him and he shouts, Huh? Wait! They pull him out of the void by force and he screams, Ah, my pretty face! Li Tan's skeleton crashes down from the sky in front of the allies. The girls cheer. It really worked. Li Tan is resurrected. Li Tan's skeleton clutches the skull in despair. My beautiful face, what have you done? Meow Meow points into the distance. Your face was appropriated by the God Emperor. Give it back, Meow. Li Tan's skeleton is burning with anger. To appropriate the body of the palace master is a crime punishable by death. Meow Meow shouts, "Exactly, Lord Li Tan, stop him, meow!" Li Tan snarls at Meow Meow, "I'll be back, wait for the punishment, little wildcat." Suddenly, a hand stops him. "Wait, Li Tan!" Catgirls strongly declare, "We are ready to give you all our strength." Their palms connect, and a powerful energy surges towards Li Tan. Li Tan, a skeleton shrouded in radiance, agrees, "Take it. It can't be helped." The girls, having given their strength, fall down exhausted with a blush on their cheeks. Li Tan thanks them, feeling a surge of power. "You filled me up, thank you for your hard work." Skeleton Li Tanya takes the plunge. "I'm off." Li Tan, the skeleton, is determined and declares, "It's time to get your body back." Iroh wonders why the Father God is slow to conquer the world, meditating for almost a day. The God Emperor reassures his daughter, "Don't worry, Daddy will help you conquer the world." But he feels empty in his heart, as if he is waiting for someone in this body. Li Tan suddenly appears. "The one you're waiting for is me. Get my body back." Li Tan's skeleton menacingly approaches the imposter, exuding power. The God Emperor charges in a rage, calling Li Tan an ignorant madman. Li Tan calmly meets the blow, recognizing the technique. Flash of 7 lights? A powerful beam of light hits Li Tan, forcing him to retreat. The God Emperor is in shock. "Can you read my mind? Do you predict your movements? Why?" Li Tan's skeleton grins. "It's probably because your heart is beating in my body." The God Emperor is terrified. "Impossible, my heart, it should be in the void." Li Tan exposes the imposter. "You don't know much about your abilities, Sun God Emperor." He squeezes his heart, and the heart left in the void has become your main weakness. The God Emperor panicked. "You, what are you doing?" Li Tan resolutely declares, "Naturally, I want to crush him." The imposter shouts, "Stop! In that case, your own body will be destroyed." Li Tan looks at him defiantly. "Let's see whose health bar is longer." The God Emperor roars in rage, "Idiot!" It explodes with golden energy. "Well then, take a look at this." The God Emperor yells, "What's going on? Why are you dragging me in?" Their essences collide in a fierce confrontation of souls. A blinding flash of light envelops the battlefield. Li Tan is standing in the flesh, his body completely restored. Iroh crawls towards him in desperation, shouting, "Daddy! Daddy!" The demoness stops Iroh. "Stop! Their battle is in the void. Any interference is dangerous." Catgirls chant, "Li Tan must win. Come on, Lord Li Tan, meow." Iroh pleads, "Daddy, come back a winner. You love your daughter, don't you?" Li Tan or the God Emperor? He says thoughtfully, "Eh." Allies are waiting tensely. Who won, Li Tan or the Sun God Emperor? Iroh looks hopefully at the figure ahead, waiting for an answer. The daughter shouts in delight, "Dad! Dad won! I knew it!" But the shape responds, "Dad lost? Thank you." Iroh tearfully denies it. He hugs her, saying, "It's time to find someone to take care of you instead of Dad." Meanwhile, the elders of the Li clan come to their senses. One mutters, "Li Tan, won?" Iroh clings to it desperately, shouting, "I don't want to! Don't go away!" Suddenly he smiles broadly. "I'm not leaving. I haven't enjoyed this world yet." Li Tan rejoices. "My beautiful face has been restored. Meow meow, gee, woof woof, prepare a feast." He playfully instructs the girls, including an embarrassed Iroh, and asks the stranger, "Who are you?" Catgirls are beaming with happiness. "Li Tan! It's really Li Tan!" A joyful whirlwind of girls pounces on Li Tan, one of them shouting, "My husband is back!"